What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to my favourite day of the year. It is the announcement of the 2022 BLOAT FC squad. What does BLOAT stand for? Best looking of all time. And obviously FC stands for Football Club. Now I have some sad news, some very sad news, but also silver lining. We've brought on some of the best experts in the game. But unfortunately, the Scope last year handed in his resignation to start his own venture called Team Mudders. Now, was he forced to resign due to slipping digits where he shouldn't have on the Bloke's massage table? Maybe, but we won't get into that. So I would like to, first of all, introduce Head of Omenry, Eduardo of Hello Sport fame. And I'd like to present him with his jersey. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you. And I would also like to introduce someone that is very crucial to the day-to-day workings of the club. Thomas Birmingham of Hello Sport fame. He will be Dr. Dribble and Yarn. He won't run out water, but he will run out dribble and yarn. Congratulations, mate. Welcome to the club. To the, look, there's been a lot of talk about the Dolphins. Now, we aren't NRL backed. The powers that be don't seem to see what we see. They don't seem to see BLOAT FC as a real club, which is surprising. But that's what I call corruption.
Well, the NRL don't get hotness.
Yeah.
I live and breathe hotness. Tom does as well. It's in our souls. It's in our DNA. It's what we've grown up around. You know, hotness. We can spot it a mile away.
Yeah, hotness can spot hotness.
Well, hotness has always been able to spot hotness, Tom. It's been a prerequisite to spotting hotness. You have to be hot yourself. That's why the NRL don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of Peter, not much hotness there.
There's hotness at the top of the pile, and then below that, it's a pile of poo, really. So it's tough for the people at the NRL. It's tough for Valand. He's got enough on his plate.
Well, he's a busy boy.
He's a busy boy. He can't be paying attention to all the hot boys getting around the NRL. So
that's absolutely
we're
right.
happy to take that mantle. Obviously, Vale Scope. There's no us here today without the groundwork laid by Scope. But if you believe the rumours, something had to be done.
He needed to, quietly exit out the back door.
We didn't want to get into it. Like, don't worry about what happened, but had to go.
Just know he had to go. Just know that. But pleasure to be here with you, Denon, and yourself, Thomas, to run an eye over all things hot.
It's always a pleasure to have you gentlemen here, and welcome to the BLOAT FC. The BLOAT FC is an organisation that I think will take over. They do believe that we will be the next Melbourne Storm, maybe the Roosters even. But, to get the club running, we need to be sponsored by someone. And we are sponsored by Bloke and a Bar Beer. Make sure to grab a case of your local. And also from your local, we'd also like to apologise for, because we make mistakes too. Hot people make mistakes too. Now, maybe the fact that I'm not hot is the reason why I made the mistake. But last night, just want to apologise. Our merchandise, it crashed due to too many people trying to purchase at one time. But it's up and running now. So head to bloke.shop. Anyone can grab it at the moment. So head to bloke.shop, grab a footy cliche merchandise T-shirt. And also we've got hats, we've got socks. And I think we'll probably sell out within the next 7 days. So if you're keen, make sure to get on the site, bloke.shop. But with all that out of the way... First of all, because it is BLOAT FC, Vale, Shane Warne, we had to say it. One of the real throbbers of the nation.
The preeminent throbber of the nation. I don't know what preeminent means, but it sounds good. I'm pretty sure I've heard it used before. Shane, definitely the preeminent throbber of the nation. Gone too soon.
No one could throb like Shane.
No.
He's a walk-up start in any BLOAT side in the country, nay, the world. I mean, he was gorgeous from top to tail.
Oh, yeah.
Just an absolute... heartthrob.
An Adonis, if you would.
Look, Shane was a beautiful man. And the nation much, much poorer for his loss. We're all rattled.
But he's an honorary member this year.
Oh, absolutely. Honorary member every year going forward. But we must get into the selection because this is the team announcement for BLOAT FC. Obviously, we start at number one. Now, number one known to have hot boys. Very contested position. We've got three names here. Now, this doesn't necessarily the three hottest men, but we've got three names here that I'd like to discuss. And I guess get your thoughts on who you believe should get that one spot. But first on the list is the great Kalen Ponga. I mean, if there is a hot boy in the NRL, it is one Kalen Ponga. Thoughts on him getting the number one role?
Look, I mean, Kalen, he's covered in really sort of like beautifully spaced tattoos up and down the arm, like looks sort of a bit devil may care in terms of his choice. He likes wearing a bit of jewelry. He's a fucking cocktail merchant. Like, it's hard to go past someone like that. He's young as fuck, so you know he can pump and pump for hours if he has to.
Well, he's got stamina.
Yeah.
He's got a young man's stamina. I think he's got a young man's bravado as
Constitution.
well. He's got a young man's constitution. He dresses well. He looks well. He moves well. His hips don't lie.
No.
Now,
Never told
they don't
a lie.
lie on the footy field and they don't lie off it, if you know what I mean.
If Kalen were playing in like the 50s, they actually would only be able to show him from the waist up because it was illegal to have hips moving on TV.
And that's a great look.
a great point.
You're referencing the late great king
Elvis Presley.
of music, Elvis
The Shane
Presley.
Warne of music.
The Shane Warne of music, Elvis Presley. His hips were illegal. You could make an argument in a different era, Kalen's hips would also be illegal. So for that reason alone, he's a tremendous nomination for the big gig, for the one spot. But I'm interested to see the other nominees, Denon, because he's going to be hard to beat. But I have got someone else in mind.
Yep. Now, the second nomination is the great Pappenhuisen. The great Pappenhuisen. Now, when we talk about devilish good looks, add a bit of a mullet in, a great player, there isn't much better than Pappenhuisen. Clive Churchill winner, premiership winner, an all-round hot boy.
Mate, one thing you did forget there is one of the great chins in world sport, which I think goes a long way to defining hotness, basically having a bum on your face and a tight, perky bum at that. Like that bum.
What's perky?
Perky, just, you know, like...
It's toy.
It's toy.
It's toy.
It's,
Like
not,
a toy
it's not a loose... Imagine having a sloppy, loose, dimply bum on your chin. That'd be a problem.
No, there's no place for dimply bums on a face.
No, his chin would look good in a pair of jeans.
It would. It'd look great. It should model for Lee's.
Yes.
There, I said it.
I'm fucking happy with that.
You know what I mean? A nice black and white cover.
Yeah.
His chin bum.
Filling out a nice pair of Levi's.
Yeah,
some
really
Lees,
tight.
Wranglers.
Toy, Wranglers, baby. Now we're talking.
I reckon he's a Wranglers man.
Yeah.
I think so. Fuck Lee's. Fuck Lee's right off. Get him in a set of Wranglers.
Unless you're
Now we're
interested in
talking.
sponsoring the team, obviously Lees, if you're interested in sponsoring the team, it's okay, but Wranglers is who we're going to go with because we think that that's a better fit for Pappenhausen's arse.
To be honest, whoever is interested in sponsoring the team, that's who we should want.
That's who we're probably going to go
But
with.
if you're playing a really toit shin bum into a mullet, like it's pretty devilish.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking tasty.
It's very
You'd
quick.
spread that on your toast in the morning, Tom. You know what I mean? What a way to start the day.
Everyone's like, less is more with Vegemite, not with Pappenhausen. You want that thing on thick.
You want to lay it on thick.
I don't want to be able to see the bread. I don't want to be able to see the bread. I just want Pappy.
Oh, did I use half the
jar?
jar? You better believe I did.
Eating it with a spoon.
And he looks yummy, I tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
He looks
is
yummy.
yummy. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Now, confirming yumminess, this next bloke. It gets me hot and bothered thinking about it, to be honest. The great Reece Walsh. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh,
I said it.
Wipe on piss scent fame.
Yeah, of pheromones from the gods.
Pheromones straight from the horse's cock, if you will.
Well, from the source, as it were. He's a well of hotness.
Yep. Yummy as yummy gets.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
are trying. I mean, look, if you don't think that big cologne isn't trying to tap into Reese's veins, pump out the good stuff, then you're sadly mistaken.
Absolutely.
I mean, men get pregnant just looking at his eyes.
Yeah. You know how, Arnold Schwarzenegger's film Junior, where he's the first man to get pregnant?
Yes.
One of the great films, Danny DeVito, obviously the doctor. Apparently Reece Walsh got him pregnant.
Wow.
That's what they say. They don't, particularly cover that in
Well,
the
they don't
movie.
mention Reece because you could argue he wasn't born, but that's not true.
That's a bit of pub ammo for you if I've ever heard
Yeah.
it. Bit of
Feel
pub
free to
ammo.
bring that one up.
But he's got a bit of Ken about him.
Well, but his eyelashes as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
they don't quit. They don't quit.
When you see a man whose eyelashes refuse to quit, refuse to have a day off, and are prepared to go the big lift day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do about that?
They're the only eyelashes that I'm aware of that have never had a day off.
They've never had a day off. They'll never have a day off. If he got stranded at sea at night, they'd keep him afloat.
Yeah.
They'd keep him afloat.
Yeah, he could probably use them. Which whales use like hair to sort of filter out plankton and shit? Because I'm sure he
The
could
blues,
have
the killers,
blues,
I don't
the
know.
humps.
The humps.
We could use those eyelashes.
The humps could use them.
If you found a hump who was lacking some hair in his mouth, Reece, I'm sure, would happily Donate some eyelashes.
Mate, I'll tell you what, the hair extension market, there wouldn't be a market if he started cutting his fucking eyelashes off.
Donating him to charity and shit.
You know what I mean? There'd be no money in it.
Well, he's a big player in the lash game. Lash game growing. Reece Walsh, obviously part of Big Lash.
Do you reckon he curls those bad girls?
No, dude, that's
All
a
natural.
natural curl.
That's all
And
natural.
I can spot a natural curl from a mile off. You know that.
Well, you have a great ability to spot a rug as well.
I can spot a rug,
and you can
a
spot
toupee,
and you can spot
a
curled
natural
eyelashes.
curl. Those things are natural.
So, now the winner or the person selected for our number one role is... There we have it, Reece Walsh.
There you go.
Named at number one. Young. I mean, he basically represents everything that Bloke FC is about. Young, hot, throbber, good footy, but eyes you get lost in, lashes that won't quit, beautiful skin. It doesn't get much better than Reece Walsh.
It really doesn't. Congratulations to Reece.
Congratulations. I would like to make mention that I think Tom Trbojevic was hard done by.
We had to
personally.
mention that. Look, we obviously wanted to allow.
Like if I wanted a man to take me home, it'd be Tom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, there's just not. We wanted to allow
I just
Reece's moment, but as you know, as really sort of down the line operators here at BLOAT FC, we had to call a spade, and Tom unlucky, but Reece deserved.
Is this the first evidence of infighting at BLOAT FC Club?
no, Reece deserved, but Tom unlucky.
Okay.
Tom unlucky.
That's all
Okay.
we're saying.
That's all we're saying.
So has the coach lost the dressing room already after one player?
No,
Well, if he
Reece
keeps it
deserved, Tom unlucky. That's all we're saying. Tom unlucky.
Fair.
Reece deserved.
Fair. I mean, Tom. Everyone
Reece
loves a
deserved,
bit of
Tom unlucky.
Okay. Now, on to number two, also known as Hot Boys, also known as blokes that play with rugby league players. The first man we have on this list, he's got a lot about him. I mean, when we talk about swagger and character and pizzazz, it's the Fox, ladies and gentlemen, nominated. Josh Adokar. Thoughts on the great Josh Adokar? I mean, he's got basically a baby turtle stuck here near his belly. 6-pack that will not quit. 8-pack, 12-pack, whatever you want to say.
Oh, the bod.
It's a 12.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
12.
The bod is the truth. It's
a
on the
V12.
Fox. Like, certainly doesn't have a fox's body, thankfully.
Oh, thankfully.
No, he doesn't have a fox's
Fast
body.
as a fox, not the body of a fox.
Foxes you'll find a little more slender historically.
Furry.
Furrier as well. Fox Adokar in this instance, not that furry.
I believe the fox is because it's quick, not like, wow, he's got the
But
body
also,
of a
he's as
fox.
graceful as a fox. They're quite graceful.
They are graceful.
But I like following the 12-pack up to the barrel chest. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does upstairs.
Yeah.
But know that I don't take that lightly.
You can be distracted by the 12, but the barrel needs to be acknowledged.
The barrel is the engine room, mate. You know what I mean? That's what's fucking churning the whole operation.
Yeah.
And it impresses me endlessly.
I think it's also important to acknowledge, Eddie, the artwork that bespeckles his body. You know what I mean? Like, not out of place in the Louvre.
Not out of place on the,
Sistine Chapel.
Sistine
the roof of the
Chapel roof,
Sistine
mate, I
Chapel.
mean.
Just the fox up there.
Ooh, is that Da Vinci's work? You know? I don't, well, I assume it's not Da Vinci's work, given Da Vinci's left this world quite some time ago, but you could be mistaken
For thinking Da Vinci.
it was Da Vinci's work.
Agreed. So, Adokar, you've got 3 fans here. And yes, that rig is it's arguably one of the best in the comp, if I may say so.
Also a very, a laugh that'll,
That'll melt you.
clean up on aisle 3
Oh,
when that laugh goes on.
Yeah. Slippery when wet. Caution. Now,
Slippery when wet.
Yeah, clean up in
this next gentleman is one of my personal favourites. Nicola Kotrick from the Raiders. Now, this is a bloke that has been part of the BLOAT FC before. He's a large Serbian gentleman, I think, if I recall correctly.
Certainly from the Balkans, Denon.
He is what you would call classically good looking, 6'1", 100 kilos. When he goes out, it's an absolute shit fest. It's a shit fight.
It's a shit fest.
Shit fest and a shit fight.
We're in some old-fashioned poo throwing.
Poo throwing.
And Kotrick gets into his work.
There's some poo slinging
Well, he
going
sends
around.
people crazy.
He sends people god
You
mad.
know
like,
what I
just
mean?
start
Like, that
raving
bloke's
mad.
so hot, I'm going to start throwing poo at someone else. Like,
That
I
hasn't
get
happened,
it.
has that happened to you before?
I've never seen it happen. Hasn't
But
happened to me.
I've heard whispers. I've heard at Mooseheads that sort of thing gets going. And
Yeah.
now that Kotrick's back
can't
in
run
town,
that past
there's poo's been
Canberra.
thrown
Well,
once
that's a
more.
uniquely Canberra. You know, like everyone has their sort of cultural specifics. Canberra's, I think, is when hot people get around, they just all start throwing.
It's like the
poo
tomato
everywhere.
festival in Italy.
Yes, they're
or
running in the
Spain,
bulls
rather. They're
and,
running
you
the
know.
bulls, etc. It's like that, but in Canberra, Mooseheads, Kotrick's in town.
They throw poo.
Poo gets thrown. It doesn't make any
The
sense.
streets are washed with poo. Makes zero sense, but I mean, Canberra doesn't make sense.
Canberra makes no sense. Kotrick is a Canberra 10. We've been over this before. He is, like you say, just your archetypal hot guy. He's tall, tick. He's thick, tick.
Faded to within an inch of its life. Like,
Yeah.
I think each hair cut individually.
Yeah, they are. They are. It takes time, but, you know, hotness takes time. You got to put in the fucking hard yards. So there's a lot of ticks there. Does he tick all the boxes to win the big gig? Potentially.
We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. Now, this next person, it's going to be hard. Like, personally, there may or may not be some bias from you gentlemen, but
Okay.
I won't let my disdain for the team you support because you support them, I actually like them, but when you support them, it makes me angry. I won't let that anger stop me from noticing and recognising and appreciation a hot bloke. I won't do that.
Okay.
If I'm the coach of BLOAT FC, I won't do that.
A lot of caveats here, it sounds like, but that's all right.
Yeah. How many caveats do you intend on?
Well, I just letting you know that I don't let bias
Sounds like
sway my decisions.
Sure.
I'm an unbiased
Lot of
operator.
caveats.
Now, this next bloke, the great Ruben the Snack Garrick.
Just came. Just thinking about his name. Just came in my pants.
His name's Ruben the Snack. The Snack Garrick. Why? Because he's edible, baby.
You know that, and I'm pretty sure David Attenborough, it was a big fucking kerfuffle, right? So he came out and he was like at Ruben's house. And Ruben's like, what the fuck are you doing here, David Attenborough? He's like, I'm here to document the Himalayas. And he's like, well, you're in Manly. What are you doing? He's like, is that not the Himalayas? He goes, these are my cheeks, dude. These are my cheekbones, David Attenborough. Get the fuck out of my house. And David, tail between his legs, had to piss off back to England.
Well, I think it's worth mentioning, Tom, as well, that David Attenborough, arguably the most well-travelled man on planet Earth in the history of our species. So for him to mistake Ruben Garrick's cheekbones for the Himalayas is saying a lot about the cheekbones.
Yep.
Those things won't quit.
They're high as
They're
fuck.
high as fuck. You can get altitude sickness just looking
Does
at
he
them.
train at altitude at all times due to being on
Correct.
the...
Yeah. They think the last remaining snow leopards wandering through his cheeks.
They are. Just, I mean, they're hard to spot, but
Yeah.
they're up there.
They're up there.
You need a microscope
Well,
or a
it's-
telescope.
Well, you just need
need a
those
telescope.
cams, those like what are those like movement cams?
Yeah, movement activated.
It's not what they're called. They've got a name, but I think they're up in Ruben's cheekbones.
I think we can use movement activated
Yeah, I
because we
think
can't
so.
remember
because
what
we
it's
can't
called.
remember it anyway.
But he always trains at attitude. That's why he's got a fucking engine that just goes all day.
Yep.
Like that try we scored Manly last year was him just not quitting in the in goal.
Yeah, full time.
Passing to Tommy. Anyway,
Foot race for the ages.
we could go on and on and
Ruben
on.
v Granville.
Know this. Ruben gets into his work. Ruben is arguably the most attractive player in the NRL. There, I said it.
In the history.
See, now this is the issue, is I believe Kotrick should have this.
Well, that's ridiculous. It makes no sense, and unfortunately, and it's disappointing for this to happen while we're recording, but your credibility is now gone. As like a rugby league guy, former player, pundit.
3 positions in, credibility all gone. You're a winger as well, so you
Yeah.
should know the winger position and you should know.
So you truly believe that the almighty sex god, Serbian sex god, is being outed by Garrick?
Without a shadow of a doubt, does Kotrick have the Himalayas on his face?
Did he break the fucking point scoring record last year?
No.
Did he?
So is this? Are you
Did he?
Are you vetoing this
so.
Kotrick call?
If we are being forced to veto from a man who doesn't understand rugby league, clearly, then yeah, I'm
Yeah,
vetoing.
we'll Danny DeVito.
Because I'm going
it,
Kotrick.
sure.
Danny, this is a Danny DeVito.
We'll Danny DeVito the fuck out of that because Garrick's hotter. If you asked
Wow.
anyone on the streets, they would side with us. And there's no bias here either.
No.
I truly, honestly believe that.
And this isn't an
Have
anti-Kotrick
you seen him with his shirt on and a punters and dribblers hat down at Manly, soaking in the rays?
In the back pages of the
Holy
newspapers and shit.
Wow. I mean, this hurts to say, but you, as members,
He also, I think, is like a builder and shit. Imagine him with like a tool belt around his fucking...
bro, imagine him up on a fucking roof.
We're going to have a
belt,
vote.
shirt
We're going to go
off.
to a vote. Matty is also involved in this. Hand up if you think Kotrick should get the wing spot.
No. You've been fucking greatly... Those of you that can't see, Matty's hand is not up.
You guys don't know hot blokes.
Oh, we don't know.
You don't know hot blokes.
Okay. Why'd you get us in as experts?
Yeah.
All right, well... I guess, hand up if Kotrick should be on the wing for Bloat FC.
Kotrick, can you stop saying... You keep
Sorry, not
pushing
Kotrick.
Kotrick.
Yeah, because he's so hot.
No.
He's so hot, I can't stop
already
thinking
said
about him. That proves up my point. Anyway, hand up if Garrick should be on the wing for Bloat FC. 3-1.
3-1.
Fucking that was...
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want to apologise to Ruben for it not being 4-0.
I don't know.
Yeah, the fact we had to even put our hands up.
Let's see who the winner is. Ruben Garrick gets the win.
Thank you.
You've used your veto. That's your one veto. You're not getting any more vetoes. I feel like as a coach, I've given you, I've respected your opinions and allowed you to bully me into your decision.
Yep.
But that'll be the last time.
Well, when we
We'll
break
see.
the point scoring record again, you'll be thanking us.
Now, this next position, the centre, almost an overlooked position, if you would. I think that the centre often has a lot of hot boys in it that don't get the appreciation they do. Like, we look back guys like Matt Cooper, an absolute, when we talk about all time,
Tell you what, Matt Cooper, maybe not right now, but I know post NRL career was cultivating one of the great chin ponies of all time.
Probably a year ago,
Had
and a
like
half
a
ago.
really long pony.
Really Sons of Anarchy vibe?
Yeah.
Which is
Viking,
hot.
Sons- it was
Doesn't get much hotter than some.
No.
Jax
It's also
Teller?
intimidating as fuck. You're like, ooh.
you see a chin pony on someone, you're not fucking with them, that's for sure.
Would that outweigh a chin pony?
Yeah.
If you pair it, I'd say it probably would.
But if you're pairing a chin pony into like a guy known for being a bit of a mongrel, then that's pretty intimidating.
That's some scary business.
Well, didn't he call out Paul Gallen to an MMA fight?
I think he might have actually. Yeah.
Wow.
He's a presence.
Oh, yes, he is a presence. Absolute beautiful man. But we must get to the players of the current day. The first man is Herbie Farnworth, one of the great names in rugby league, playing for one of the great clubs. He's also a pommie, which can add to his sex appeal. Usually we don't like pommies.
No.
But we do like this pommie because he's hot. He looks like the main actor, Tommy Shelby from Peaky Blinders. And Herbie Farnworth. Thoughts, boys?
Look, Herbie's attractive. I'm not going to take anything away from Herbie. I am, though, reticent to chuck a pom in. That's my only thing. Wow. I know that this is the first. Everything's been pretty glowing. Herbie's hotness isn't in question, but he is English. And I struggle to,
Get around it.
Mount a case for the English.
I struggle to mount a case for the English.
I understand what you're saying. Now, look, if he was generationally hot, then I go, okay.
If he was David Beckham.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Johnny Wilkinson from Rugby Union.
Johnny Wilkinson, never forgive Johnny for any
that drop goal.
Johnny's fucking enemy. Johnny King.
David
But he's
Beckham.
hot. You
Let's
can't
go with
deny
David
his
Beckham.
hotness.
David Beckham.
If David Beckham was like up for negotiation, then I'm like,
I'd
fucking
pick
sure.
David Beckham at centre.
Sure.
Is that an option?
Is that an option?
At the moment, it's not, but we
Okay.
can reach out to the Beckham family and see if they're interested.
Look, Herbie's okay. Herbie's okay.
Herbie's hot.
Hot Herbie.
Hot Herbie.
Herbie is hot Herbie, but again, the English thing
plays
it's
for the
tough.
Broncos. It's
Wow,
a really
okay.
tough one to get
Well,
behind.
it's a double.
It's a double fucking strike against his name.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
3 strikes you're out, as we know.
Yeah.
So-
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Now, this next gentleman, when we talk, he's tall, he's handsome, he can play, he's got a lot of swagger about, a lot of attitude, a lot of yipping and yahooing about him. He's almost a complete package. We've got Crichton from the Penrith Panthers at centre.
Oh, yeah. Stephen.
Now, he is one good-looking bloke. I don't think he's ever had his hair out of shape. You know what I mean? He's always...
he's immaculate.
Yeah,
He sometimes
immaculate.
gets that, like, he'll get like a faded cross into his hair or something, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like crucifix.
I find it attractive when men take care of themselves.
He's groomed. He's well-groomed.
It can go both ways. You can have a really hot guy who doesn't take care of himself at all, but by and large, in 2022, smooth, hot gentleman is what moves the needle. And
He's a smooth criminal, Tom.
he's a smooth criminal. He's tall.
Yeah. And are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
He literally
Are you okay,
stole...
Annie?
He literally stole an
You've
intercept to
been
win a
You've
premiership.
been struck by...
A smooth criminal. That's what he sings
Yeah.
when he beds women named Annie.
Was he singing that when he stole the intercept to win the
Well,
comp?
yeah, exactly. He's done the old intercept to win the grand final. He's a presence though as well. He's what, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5".
I reckon he's 6'5".
6'6",
6'6" easily.
6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Who's counting? He's rangy though.
Yeah, quick.
And rangy guys like, ooh.
From the area, Western Sydney's,
It's popping.
it's popping right now.
It's popping, yeah.
Bit of bad boy, you
Yeah,
know what
bit
I
of
mean?
bad boy about
That
him.
always helps.
Bad boy come good. We love a bad boy come good.
You know that he could be bad if you needed him.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You can be a good guy, but just know that if you need me to play a bad boy,
Yeah.
put the leather jacket
I'm
on.
a good boy, can
Yeah.
play a bad boy.
He would look good in leather
Danny
jacket.
Zuko if I need to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
a good boy that can go bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw on the leathers and fucking go racing, whatever the hell happens in Greece. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Grease movie.
The Greece movie.
Yeah.
The thing that-
starring John Travolta.
Yeah. And like all the other
plot in
dudes in the
And the
leather
other guys that
jackets.
were in it, and they were like,
What were they
Summer
called?
11.
That was what Bad Boys were.
If you tell me Stephen Crichton was in that movie, I believe you.
Yeah, but I believe he was John Travolta.
Maybe a remake in the
Fucking
cup?
hell.
He would play John
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Agreed. The
Wouldn't
modern
need to
version
learn
of
the
John.
fucking lines. He just
he'd
roll
know
up
it.
and
Well,
rip.
he
Yeah.
can sing as well. Imagine
can.
him serenading you.
Yeah. Can dance too.
Can dance. But he's the perfect role for John Travolta's Danny.
Look, if they're
Zuko.
doing a remake and they don't reach out to Crichton, I'll be shocked.
Is it
But
the
you know
Q-Birds,
what?
the Firebirds, the fucking something?
Yeah.
Move on.
One hot man. Now, this next man. When we talk about hot men and hot boys in the NRL,
Brad Parker.
Morgan Harper.
this next bloke is one of my favourites. He's probably got the best complexion in the whole NRL. I don't know what skincare he uses, but it's beautiful. It's the Grace Joseph Manu.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Joey.
And you know what? This is, I think it's well deserved in terms of a young kid, couple of games in the NRL, world at his feet. You sign a hot boy of this consequence this early in his career, you might have the hottest centre in the game for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
30, 40 years of hotness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Joseph has been in the NRL for a few years now.
Who am I thinking of?
Suwali. But he's also hot.
He's hot as well.
He's hot as fuck too,
Dude,
so I don't blame
no,
him.
You know what, though? Firstly, apologise to Suwali, who I think you'll make a great centre one day.
A couple of games or something.
Joey Manu is actually hotter than you.
I don't know.
So everything you've just said, you just throw
It's
it
out
away.
the window.
Yeah.
Well, I'd forgotten that Joey Manu existed.
But
You know
blokes
what I mean?
get hotter as they get older, and Suwali's still young. He
You do
maybe
get
have,
hotter as you get older.
Yeah, yeah.
Joey Manu, though, bro.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is
Talk
there
about-
quitting Joey?
There's no quitting Joey.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
He got his head fucking blown off by Latrell and he wanted to go and fucking have a biff.
And he's
wanted
still
to throw
hot.
down.
He's still hot too.
Still hot.
Literally
Might
throwing
even-
his face.
I actually thought, chicks dig scars. That whole
Yeah,
yarn.
yeah.
They dig like broken eye sockets.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
That's
Metal-
a kid. Like that's
metal
one of the
plates.
like they did a study, and
Yeah.
broken eye sockets was the most liked bone that breaks on a bloke.
100%. They've done the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. Also,
Shattered
like,
orbital.
what a fucking pickup line. Hey, baby, do you want to touch metal? Boom.
Yeah. He just has like a metal detector at home. Look at this.
You know, like those.
Wait, but he passes off as a hotness detector.
Yeah.
Yeah. This detects people that are really hot. Just do it right here.
It's like those diamond detectors to see whether the diamond's real. You just carry around a plate detector.
Yeah.
Yep.
So look, he is one hot bloke, and I would argue that he's the best bloke to take a photo of when it's raining. He looks really good in rain.
Oh, okay. A wet Joey Manu.
A wet Joey Manu, number one.
I could see myself in Joey's arms in
Notebook
the
stuff.
rain,
Yeah.
professing my love for
You
him.
didn't write me.
Yeah.
I wrote you every day for a year.
Yeah, I could see myself
Being
in that
Rachel
moment.
McAdams in that
yeah,
moment.
I would like to be Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
in Joey's arms.
Yeah. On a dock in the rain after just going on a boat out to feed ducks and shit.
Yeah, and it was like beautiful.
Yeah. And then you go and fuck in the house.
Correct. Correct.
Wow.
Take me now, Joey.
So,
I'm all yours.
the winner of the centre position for BLOAT FC 2022 is... Massive congratulations to Manu. He retains his spot in the BLOAT FC squad. And
Joey Manu, not to be mistaken for Joseph
Suwali.
Who unfortunately is not as hot as Joey. We have realised.
Joey Manu, the best centre in the comp for
And
the
not
last
been
4 or
playing
5
in the
years.
Had a couple of games
Sometimes
on the wing.
Yeah. That one. that guy.
Congratulations, Manu. Well deserved, mate. The fact that you've gotten even hotter after such a tragic end of the season is just a testament to how hot you are. Now, the next centre position. The first selection is now this guy. He's got a that blonde look about him. He's tall. He's rangy. Beautiful tan. The great Zach Lomax.
Ooh, Zachy.
Bit of a smoky.
Bit of a smoky, but I don't mind it.
After his that little in, away, out, flick pass.
His hips also don't lie,
bro.
He's got fast feet.
Yeah,
you know.
For a tall, he's tall.
He's
6,
tall.
7, 8, 9.
He's got some arms on him.
Got a fair set of
If you want to talk
arms.
about some really nice arms, I'm looking at Mr. Lomax. He's
You got the
arms.
definition?
Dude, serious Moz definition, bro. They're really nice. Oiled up, not oiled up. T-shirt, tight, long sleeve jumper. I'm easy.
Yeah, I'm easy. I mean, look, if you want me to get the baby oil out and oil up those pipes, I will. I mean, I don't have to, but if you want me to, I will.
Well, it's right there. Got it in front of you.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Little
if
oil pipes.
if Lomax wants to sit down, sit in my lap, I oil him up, then I'm happy to do that.
Happy to oil his pipes.
Happy to oil his pipes. Those pipes look better oiled.
Yeah. Don't have to, but I'm just saying.
We don't have to. I don't have to do anything. We don't have to do it if you don't want to do it, Zach. That's fine.
But we'll oil your pipes.
Okay.
I'll do the left, you'll do the right.
Yeah. Same time, though.
Now, this
And then,
next gentleman.
All night.
This next gentleman, one of my favourites. He's one of my favourites. He's all power. He's all aggression. He's all dominance. The great Tony Staggs.
Oh. Well, he loves feet, so,
Yeah. Loves feet, fast feet, strong. Now, if you want to talk about someone who just can just fucking ravish you, like he's a big, strong individual.
Oh, he's a ravisher.
He's a ravisher.
Yeah.
I think you need a bloke in the BLOAT FC side that's prepared to suck toes as well. You need you need a toe sucker.
Bro, you
in the
do
side.
need a toe sucker.
I've
We've always said it.
You've got to appeal to all demographics.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to suck my toes?
If you need a toe to be sucked, a Tony's your man, and you need that in a side. Also, his fend, arguably the best in the comp.
Great fend.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Great fend. Powerful.
When you want to
fend.
fend off beaters who think they're going to be in the side as well, you're like, you just need Katoni there.
Get away from
Brown,
it.
a lot of them.
Stay
Boom,
away.
boom,
And like jealous
boom.
blokes who are like, you're not hot, and you're just like,
Yeah.
boom.
Like threes trying to get in the side. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I also think he's well proportioned from tip to tail.
Well, he's a nice scale.
Just everything's, you know what I mean? It's perfect. The head to shoulder ratio, shoulders to arms, arms to chest, chest to hips, hips to shaft, shaft to legs, legs to feet.
Yeah.
The whole package.
Yeah.
He is the whole package.
Yeah.
Tip-top's one, good on
Tip
your
top's one,
mum.
good on your mum. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Not a bread sponsor,
Going to be hard to beat. Going to be hard to beat Tony Staggs.
I like it, Tony.
This next bloke.
Great name as well.
I mean,
Cool tap.
this bloke has taken the world by storm over the last 12 months, 16 months. Nico Hines.
Ooh. Stop the press.
Stop the
Whoops.
press.
Stop the press.
Wettest hair in the game.
Whoops.
Wettest hair in the game.
Mr. Damp Hair himself.
Ooh, Mr. Ware.
Yeah. Mr. Heath Ledger in 2 hands or 10 things I hate about you.
I can see Nico skipping down the stairs right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Matt, look, Nico, I wasn't thinking about him when you said Lomax, and then I wasn't thinking about him when we were talking about Tony's proportions, and then when you say Nico, I sort of forget that the other two even exist to a little bit. I don't know what to say about Nico that hasn't already been said. Just completely fuckable. Every chick in the known universe is probably following him. He accidentally put up an Instagram of his mates. Everyone thought he was gay for a minute, which
I
would
know,
have
'cause
been fantastic as well.
Sure. I mean, but that's the power of the man. He can swing both ways, and everyone thinks they're in with a shot. You can also, if you want to spice things up, call him Nico. You know,
Nico,
if you want to get a bit hot and heavy
yeah.
and think that you got a bit of a fucking
Spaniard on your hands.
You know what I mean? A rugged, wild Spaniard.
Who's gonna fucking you can run at.
have his way with you.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you
yeah.
can drop a little Nico in there
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Then you look. I mean, that's Italian herbs and spices right there.
Yeah, you potentially have a Spaniard on your hands, even though you don't.
You don't, but you can, and I mean that's the beauty. You can convince yourself of anything when Nico's in the room.
Yeah. And as you said, I think at the start, everyone thinks they're in with a shot.
Like as soon as someone says Nico Hines, everyone that heard it, hot and bothered.
Yeah.
I'm hot and bothered.
flushes.
Yeah,
Matty
Paul,
nearly passed out.
he did.
Nearly passed out. So, the winner of, not the winner, sorry. Well, it is, it is a prize.
Well,
position
it's
to
a
get.
winner. It's a selection.
The winner of the centre position outside of or next to Joey is The great Nico Hines. Nico
Yeah,
Hines.
fucking oath.
Well done, Nico. Well done, Nico.
Spaniard.
The Spaniard, Nico.
Now, on to the other wing position. This poor gentleman is so hot that he's not even playing this year, and he's still got a mention.
Wow.
That's how hot he is. Harley Smith-Shield from the Canberra Raiders. He is a young hot throbber. Not many people would be aware of him, but I implore you to go look up Harley Smith-Shields. He is as hot as they come, but he is a rookie still, so it may be a year or two before he gets a start.
So that's like an eye to the future.
Probably just a, bit
like-
green.
Big green. I don't mind a double barrel last name, Eddie, and you know that as well as anyone. So he's got that.
If you're hyphenated, then you've got a friend in me.
Yeah. I think I just need to see probably a little bit, I think congratulations to Harley Smith-Shields for the name sort of sounds like he should play AFL, to be honest.
His
but
name's Harley. If that isn't hot, I'm not here.
That's pretty hot.
That's
Brum,
fucking
brum.
hot.
Does Harley ride a Harley?
He should.
Because if Harley's on a Harley,
Now I'm starting to...
now I'm starting to now that's revving my engine, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, vroom, vroom, baby.
Maybe you are a contender.
Maybe you are.
Maybe
'Cause
I'm overlooking you.
Originally, I was like, you're too green, Harley. You're too green. Double barrel
No pun
and
intended.
all.
Plays for the Raiders as well.
Plays the Raiders as well.
No pun intended, but if I was to see him shirtless on a Harley,
Harley on a Harley.
I could be swayed.
Okay. Well, maybe get onto
Food
that
for
for
thought.
next season, Harley. Get a Harley, purchase a Harley, and you may be eligible
for a
for
ride.
Bloat FC. Take Eddie for a ride. Now, this next bloke, he has one of the great smiles in the game. One of the great smiles. Look, he's at a club that is struggling, but they're on the bounce back, and he's always a bright light at that club. Whenever he smiles during the down times, it brings fans hope. It is a great David Nofawaluma.
Yeah, you weren't lying when you said his club was struggling. You weren't. You were lying when you said they're on the bounce back, but that's okay. David, a handsome man nonetheless.
Classical handsome too.
Classically handsome, straight teeth, and
Straight
not
as teeth in
not
the
of the
game.
veneered kind. I'd
all
say.
natural teeth.
I'd
All
say
natural.
those teeth are au natural.
I think they're au natural, and a nice smile does a lot of heavy lifting.
Yep, lights up a room.
It lights up a room. You're like, holy shit, who's that infectious character over there in the
He's
corner?
also a noted finisher, and when it comes to a hot boy, you want him to finish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want a hot boy that can't finish.
No, you need a finisher in your side. Oh, fuck yeah. Otherwise,
You don't want a nut trucker.
You don't want to know. Well, not on the wing. You don't.
You don't want the side to go home with blue balls.
Yeah.
You know?
You need a big finisher.
And I'm sure there's been plenty of time where Madge has been angry and then Nofaluma smiles and Madge goes, you know what? It's
I
all
just
good."
finished.
Yeah.
Fuck. I know
Well,
if
it
he said
doesn't hurt
that.
to finish with a smile, Tom.
No. I mean, I don't know personally who finishes while smiling. I think that might be an
That's
off-putting
a bit
thing.
crazy.
But I mean, if anyone could do it, it's Nofaluma.
Maybe,
curly whites.
I don't know why we don't smile when we finish.
You're right. It's a happy time.
It's supposed to be.
Well, it is supposed to be. Sometimes it's probably not, depending on what you're watching. But
And also,
Look, if
how,
anyone can bring the smile back to the finish, it's
It's
David.
Nofaluma.
Yeah.
and also how disappointed the person is that you're smiling at. That can affect a smile.
yeah, it can.
You can't be smiling while someone is rolling their eyes going, not again.
Well, you'd hope you're not. It'd be unfortunate if you couldn't control the smile and you just smiled anytime you
I
finished.
mean, some people can't control the smile. Just, it comes to their face.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Look, I think that David has control of his faculties. That includes the smile
whilst finishing.
whilst finishing. Not easy to do. He has the ability to do two things at once, which for men historically not easy to do. So,
It's one of the great mysteries for men, not being able to do 2 things at once.
Yeah.
oh, but David's cracked it. He's cracked the code.
Now, this next gentleman, he's a fan favourite. I've said swagger a million times, but I'm going to say it again. When we talk about swagger, when we're talking about Liddy, all the boomer terms that I shouldn't be using.
Liddy.
Liddy.
Yeah, all the boomer terms I shouldn't be, all of them. A bit of bounce in his step, all that kind of stuff. It's Brian To'o.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he can serenade you too.
Oh,
which, you know.
He can sing. He can
Opposed to his
dance,
misses after a grand final
he can
win.
play rugby. He's a triple threat.
Well, he's smooth. I mean, imagine yourself laying in the bath. You've got candles going. You've got some petals sprinkled all over you, and David's sitting next to you.
Singing, because everyone knows the acoustics in the bathroom are phenomenal as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's right, just serenading you. I mean, take me now.
He's kind of like the Justin Timberlake of rugby league in the sense that he is a triple threat. Justin, sing, act, dance. Sing, dance, play rugby league.
But also, and truck fucking nut.
And truck. So he's a 4 threat.
Like,
And he can finish as well.
And he finished a penty threat. How this guy can fucking do everything.
He's an octi threat. I mean, if you because he's a romantic as well. They're
proposing
leaving this world.
Grand final.
You know,
maybe he's an octi threat.
He's an octi threat, and he trucks nut, and he's the king of the post contact meter, the PCM.
Yeah.
Like fucking hell.
Yeah, it's
you're an octi threat, and you're the PCM king,
and you're hot as shit.
And you got a great haircut.
Got a great haircut.
And you're romantic.
Again, from the west, from the area.
It's popping
where
out there.
it is right now.
Yeah. That's where you want to be, out west. But the winner of this year's Wing Spot is... David Nofawaluma keeps his spot from last year. Look, there was a lot of contest for that spot, but I thought, we would be loyal. I thought that his smile lighting up the room in troubled times, maybe BLOAT FC gets sanctioned by the NRL for illegal third-party deals and things of that nature that we never did, and they were just allegations at this point. His smile will help us through those moments.
Yeah, definitely. And, loyalty not dead.
Loyalty's not dead. Not to Hot Boys, anyway.
No.
Now, on to number 6. Tell you what, there's a surprising amount of Hot Boys in the halves. We have the first Hot Boy nominated is a veteran of the game, Matt Moylan.
Matty Moylan.
Surfy. Got that surfy vibe.
An aging hot boy, could you call him? I know he's still
Brad Pitt
probably
got
pretty
hotter.
young.
Brad Pitt got hotter.
Brad Pitt did get hotter until he stopped getting hotter.
Yeah,
And
like
now
it was
he's
like
not getting hotter.
like the hill, and then he started going down.
Yeah. Matt Moylan definitely still has, he's holding on to some of those boyish good looks, the surfy good looks.
Baby face.
Got a bit of larrikin about him as well. Bit of a cheeky grin.
Cheeky.
Oh, yeah, he's cheeky.
He used to be a bit twinky, small, smooth, blonde boy, and then now he's becoming a bit more of a man.
Yeah.
Like, not hairy like a bear, but like, you could see like the echoes of twink in him, and you're like, he's still hot. He's, he can still do a job.
From a twink perspective. But I like that cheeky grin. I think it's mischievous. And
Giggle.
He
never got in trouble growing up because he's so cheeky.
He's someone you could have fun with.
He'd pinch you on the bum.
He would.
Yeah.
Every morning, bang. Morning, sweetheart. Like, I can see.
Pinch on the bum.
Yeah.
Now, this next gentleman,
Interesting.
at number 6, he is one of the biggest signings for this club in 2022. Recently dyed his hair, which we know we're all about. Doesn't help your footy, maybe not, but when it comes to hotness, we only care about how hot you are. It's Matty Burton.
Ooh, Dubbo, what up?
Country boy. Country boy, come good.
Yeah, dude, he'll roll you in the hay.
He'll roll in the hay. He loves the hay. He can sleep in hay, no problem.
He knows his way around hay.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's handled hay bales.
I think that was part of the initial appeal with the Dogs, was like, we don't even have to pay for his accommodation. We're just laying hay out in the sheds with all the tackle bags and shit. He just sleeps in there.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck, mate. He's a country guy. He just sleeps in a pile of hay and
and quite romantic to escape the rain into a barn.
Quick into the barn.
Yeah, quick.
Hay.
Oh, like let me shelter you as I run
and
you
like they
towards
get
the hay
changed and you
bales.
don't look
on the pile of hay next to like the
Yeah, he's
Bulldogs
a
mascot.
gentleman,
Yeah,
mate.
for sure.
He
Absolutely.
was raised the right way.
Yeah. He'd shake your dad's hand and look him in the eye.
And it'd be firm and
taking you out for
true
a
and
date.
honest. And he'd go, listen,
I'll have him home by 11.
what time do you want to home? And he'd say 11. He'd go, I'll have home at 10:30. He's that
Boom.
sort of operator.
And he'd deliver too. He wouldn't come 10:31. It'd be 10:30.
100%.
Firm handshake.
on the dot.
And he would say, I didn't sleep with your
He's
daughter.
never early, but he's never late.
Knocks with his elbows, always brings a gift, flowers for the missus, a bottle of wine for dad and mum. Say thanks for letting us take
he
him
leaves
out.
the house. Dad's wildly impressed.
Yeah.
Mum's gushing. Daughter's happy.
He shines his shoes.
The brothers look up to him. The brother they never had.
Tuck the shirt in, shine the shoes.
Brings training gear for the
shoulders
family.
back.
Yeah.
He gets up every morning and he shines his boots.
Yeah.
He shines his boots, and not enough people shine their boots anymore.
He's old school, classic, country hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Country strong, country hot.
That's it. He still gets his money out at the bank.
Yeah.
Pays his rent in there every Friday.
Absolutely.
Has a swear jar.
Yeah. Goes to the neighbours to borrow the sugar.
That's right. And he'll mow your lawns. Not because he has to, because he wants to.
He wants to.
He's a country lad.
Lawns are looking a little bit overgrown there, Mrs. Mabel. Next
Yeah.
door, let me come and mow them for you.
Yeah.
She's like, it's concrete though.
Like, he's the sort of guy that'll go, Mrs. Camp, your tyres are looking a little bored. Let me run that down to the shop for you. I'll get them changed. It's on me. Why? I'm on the big bickies.
Yeah.
But I'm also a nice guy.
But, like, I mean, it is wet outside. Hydroplaning a real concern, and those tyres bald.
They're bald. They're balding. They're not bald. They're balding.
Balding.
And I've just noticed it.
You probably got a couple more thousand Ks out of them, but why run the risk?
Why run the risk?
And you know what? I'll change it myself.
Yep.
Also, I'm putting on, I'm doing a little baking. I've got a sponge cake on the go. If you want to come over some, I'll
Yeah.
have a cup of tea. I'll put the kettle on.
Yeah.
Cookies.
Cookies cooling on the windowsill, sort of an operator.
100%.
Absolutely.
And look, on Sunday I'm doing a roast. If you want to come over, you're more than welcome. You can bring your extended family as well. I'm that sort of guy.
I just changed the oil in the car.
That's Matt Burton, baby. Yeah.
While I was talking to you, your oil just got changed. In
Yeah.
The car.
Yeah. And I changed it.
I changed your oil.
Now, the next gentleman, I mean, when we talk about hot boys, this guy's right up there. He hails from the country of New Zealand. He came over as a young lad, and he's been hot ever since. It is the great Dylan Brown. Ooh. They don't get much hotter.
To be honest, Dylan in the trials, I was like, Dylan's always been hot, and he's had hot boy potential in the sense that he was already hot. Hot boy potential meaning sky's the limit. He was looking hot to trot in those trials, and we've all seen his work in the toilet. I am very, very, excited to see Dylan get into his work this year.
Well, his stall work's impeccable, Tom. His stall work's impeccable. Let's start there. He's got a mow. Has he still rocked that like sort of subtle mow?
No, I think he's got this. Has he got the blonde hair
He
back?
got rid of the blonde. So he's gone back to his natural roots, which is where he's the hottest. Like, he's one of those really hot Kiwis one of the all-time hot Kiwis.
Well, he's very well kept.
Yeah.
Which I like. Tick, tick, tick. He's groomed impeccably.
He's thickened over the off-season.
He's
like
thickened
a good cream.
like a nice cream that you're going to, use in a cake.
Spread on a scone.
Spread on a scone. Now we're talking. That's good use for cream. That's what Dylan Brown's done in the off-season. He's thickened right up. I think he's a huge shout for that sixth position, the sixth Guernsey. And again, just to reiterate, his stall work is
Best.
chef's kiss.
Best we've seen in a long time.
I think it's him going back to his roots that, the blonde was good, but you're hotter as you are. As you came into this world, that's when you were at peak hotness. And I think he realised that. I think he realised that.
And also his stall work.
He also has his own brand, so he's entrepreneur. We the North, representing where he's from.
Yep.
Women love a bloke that is connected to his roots.
100%.
A
Also,
bloke that connected to his roots can.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what we're going to say?
Sorry, I was going to say let's not forget his stall work. Because if he's going to get picked, that'd be why.
You'd have to. We got to factor that in.
Okay. It's a huge factor, and he is also connected to his roots, which is good.
Yeah.
And hot.
Which we love.
We love that.
We love all those things, but you combine that with the stall work, you go, okay, home run.
We got an operator.
It's a grand slam.
Yeah.
You know what a grand slam is then.
And I like that he was willing to, just test the waters with different hair colour, though. Although we love him the way he is, the beautiful way he is, but it is confidence to go blonde, knowing that blonde, usually you don't play good footy with blonde hair.
Also, there's confidence in getting into a stall in a busy pub.
Yeah, on a heaving night. You know what I mean? Well, there's access for phones to reach over, and you go, you know what? I know I'm getting filmed, but how about I put on a fucking performance of a lifetime?
Your stall comments have been noted.
Okay, well, I'm just checking.
Absolutely.
It feels like you keep brushing over
you
them.
keep trying to fucking find ways to edit around it.
Stall has been noted. He's also really hot and connected to his roots.
Yeah.
Main reason for being selected would be that he's connected to his roots. But Stall's noted.
So say you.
So say you. Experts disagree.
He may or may not be selected, but we will see who is the sixth for BLOAT FC in 2022. Dylan Brown.
Yeah, Mr. Stall.
Connected to his roots, went back to his beautiful self. That's the reason why he was selected.
Stall guy.
Definitely selected connected roots. This next position is the bloke that's going to lead the team around.
I just seen a movie poster called Stall Guys.
Now, this next bloke, it's a key. This guy is the key to our success. The key to our success. The first person who, I mean, when you imagine young, hot throbber with the world at his feet.
Sorry.
When you imagine a young, hot throbber with the world at his feet, with, you know, basically the sky is the limit for this guy. Nathan Cleary.
Ooh. Yep.
A chin from the gods that could chisel any kind of mineral that is extremely hard to chisel.
Yeah, they have used, I think Rio Tinto were using his jaw and his chin out wherever the fucking mines are that they, you know what I mean?
Well, look, I don't think Nathan really bangs on about that too often, but he has taken he's shaved a mil of his chin off. Rio Tinto using it on their drills when they're fucking digging out oil.
Diamond tip?
Underground.
Yeah.
It's like diamond tip, but it's Cleary tip, so it's actually stronger.
Cleary tipped actually stronger. They use it far more frequently, the Cleary tip drill bits, shovels.
Well, they use it on the big jobs, Tom.
They use it on the big jobs. And Cleary himself pairing basically what you would call an equine jaw into into a really strong chin, premiership winning chin.
Yeah, that jaw's equine. That we do know. If you don't know what we mean it's a thoroughbred jaw.
It's part. We don't know if he's part horse, but the jaw certainly suggests.
Look, I wouldn't be shocked if you wouldn't be shocked to see that thing to yearling sales. At Magic Millions.
Yeah, John Singleton tried to snap him up years ago.
Him and Jerry Harvey, I'll put in a big bid.
Put in a huge bid for Claire. Saw his chin like that fucking thing.
That thing could win the Golden Slipper.
Now, also, we know he can move.
He can.
We know he can move.
Yeah, he can dance.
He has a bit of fun, and you know, as we know, we all love a bloke that can dance.
Yep.
A horse that can dance as well.
A horse that can dance is impressive.
So he's a young hot boy with the world at his feet, absolute throbber, premiership winner, on the trajectory to be one of the great players. So you don't throb much harder than that. You don't throb much harder than that.
No, he's very impressive. Very
Great nation. And you know what else? He's humble, which is very attractive. A guy with that much at his feet and being humble, you don't get that very often.
No, you don't. But also being as good as he is this young. So you've got a fucking weapon for years to come.
I tell you what else I think, we shouldn't gloss over. That big panther tat he's got.
Oh yeah, elegant
in the right market, in the right light.
Yeah,
I mean,
huge panther on the torso, and
it's a bit of footy about. It's a lot of footy about.
There's a lot of rugby league about that tattoo, which I think you want, and obviously they're all rugby league players, but you want a bit of league in them. And Nathan's got a bit of leaguey in him now, whereas he maybe didn't before.
Well, I think if you want to make the BLOAT FC side, you want to have a bit of leaguey in you.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
Got a bit of leaguey about you.
Yep.
Absolutely. So Nathan Cleary, first one. Second nominee. He's out west. He's got beautiful blue eyes. Mitchell Moses.
Ooh, Mitchell.
Boyish good looks.
Boyish good looks.
Boyish. Twink City. He's Twink City. He's what Matt Moylan used to be, I think. He's been able to, and he's older, but he's still been able to maintain that twink rage that I think.
As a bearded man, you've brought up twinks a few times.
Well, twinks are smooth dudes.
Okay.
I'm telling you, and halves often, unless you're Joey Johns, who's just raw masculinity at every fucking turn. Sometimes, and we're in the 2022 twink generation.
Sevens usually have a bit of twink about
They do.
Historically. I'll go along with that.
Well, certainly the more modern sixes and sevens.
Well, the modern
twink.
The modern twink, Tom. Obviously, I knew what you were talking about, what you were referring to. Mitch Moses wouldn't be out of place in a rom-com, in a
great rom-com. Yeah.
David Sparks. Is that his
Nicholas
name?
Sparks.
Nicholas Sparks film. I mean, he'd play the gentle soul who wants nothing but the best for his lady or his man. I mean, I think that
he's got
that quality about him. Those sort of sensibilities.
Exactly. The storyline that brings them together through some really ridiculous sort of means, really hot person opposite him.
I mean, but he doesn't know how hot he is.
He doesn't know how hot he is, and he doesn't know that he loves this person maybe yet, or he does and they don't, and then, they fuck and hilarity ensues.
Exactly. Like she comes in, she breaks down near his garage and he's out there working late and he's just like a humble kid who's trying to work to save his sick parents and
But
know,
also
she
there needs
come-
to be some sort of element of like, magic to it. So he's probably got some like shoes that are magic that make him really good at something,
He's got magic shoes.
He's got
now.
magic
Or magic
shoes
footy
on.
boot, like Cinderella, but a footy
Exactly
boot.
like Cinderella, but it's a rugby league romance.
And he
Well,
puts
that's
it
what
on.
he-
Parramatta win a premiership, and that's what it's about.
Oh, well, that would be fiction. So that's a really.
I was going to say he never knew how to play rugby league, and then he found these magic footy boots and he put them on and took the Eels all the way to the grand final, but they got pumped by Manly.
Yeah, they lose because not everything's a happy.
So it's a
ending.
horror story.
Well, the happy ending is
No,
that he
the
finds
happy
the love of
ending
his life.
is the it's like, and then he goes home and he goes, "Will you marry me?" And she says, "Of course." So that's the happy ending.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he thought he needed to win the premiership.
It's like
To get
late,
her
but it was
love.
real love.
It's like Leighton Hewitt losing the 2005 Australian Open final to Murat Safin. Then he goes home devastated, but asks the love of his life, Beck Hewitt, Aussie Beck, to marry
Beck
him.
Cartwright.
Beck Cartwright
Hewitt,
at the
Nick
time.
Cartwright.
That Nick Cartwright. Then she says yes, and then you realise at the end of the movie, but that this was all about love, not about glory.
Yeah, okay.
Leave the glory to the seagulls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's hot.
Wow. All right. Sweet. Sweet. He's hot. He's
Sweet.
he's hot. He's got great baby blue eyes, and he's Hollywood hot. Hollywood hot.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now this next bloke, he's a veteran now, but you wouldn't know it by looking at him. He's still got his devilish good looks. Matter of fact, I think he's actually gotten better looking with age. His hips have never lied. Never lied. Sean Johnson.
Shakira comes
Yeah.
to mind.
Sean very hot.
Sean Shakira Johnson.
Sean just very hot. He's got a beauty spot on his face.
Love
That's
it.
usually reserved for like supermodels and shit. I
Absolutely.
think you can
Like
only
Marilyn
get
Monroe?
it. And Claudia Schiffer.
It's actually
I think,
called a
from
beauty
throat.
spot too.
You only get those. I think you have to be over like a 9.5.
You're gonna be
hotness
10, don't you?
10 to get a beauty spot. But they're given. You aren't born with that. Like that's given to you. That's bestowed upon you.
By whom?
Fucked if I know. I don't have one. But Sean, he's earned that beauty spot on his face. Not to mention the fact that he's just a sexy individual.
Big beauty gives
generally.
it. Big beauty.
Yeah, big beauty's given that spot to him.
Yeah.
The moment I saw Sean bamboozling the opposition in that Oztag game, or was it touch footage from many years ago, I thought this kid's got what it takes to make the Bloke side in the years to come. And
He was identified early.
he was identified early as a man who had what it took, or a boy who had what it took. Now that he's a man, now that he's seasoned, I think he's a fucking big shout to put the 7 on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, punters, dribblers. Also, I believe is he part Japanese?
Yes. He's actually So I think people think that he's Māori, but he's actually
But he's actually part Japanese.
Japanese or one of those heritage.
Just a beautiful, whatever his mixture is, just a beautiful,
Exotic. It's
beautifully
exotic.
exotic individual.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
And you're so good looking, you throw people off what your heritage is.
No one knows. You're
Because they're like-
ambiguous. You're just so hot.
Yeah.
You're just hot.
Well, that's you just exist as hotness.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
that's the most
absolutely.
pure form.
Of anything is just hot. He's just heat. He's an orb, a ball of
Yeah, he's an
flaming
orb.
heat. It's like a bottle of Tabasco sauce.
Yeah. Well, he's an orb.
Of Tabasco sauce.
Sure. He's an orb of sorts.
Of something hot.
Pick your fucking poison. He's from Laos?
Oh, so he's Thai.
He's tight.
Well, there you go.
So there you go, mate.
So it's Laos? They used to do tubing there. I think it got shut down.
Because of the dangers of it,
I
Eddie?
believe so.
Wow.
Not that that's important.
Well, it's very important if
But
it
it
got
may
shut down
give
for health and safety reasons.
some people some context as to where that is.
There you go. So not Japanese. I thought he had Japanese tattoo on his shoulder.
He's so hot that even we were confused about where he's
Again,
from.
that's the point. He is hot.
Wherever he goes
before
in the
his
world,
nation.
he's hot.
He's just hot.
He's just hot.
Yeah.
So, the winner of the 7 jersey for BLOAT FC 2022 is... Sean Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice, bro.
Sean Johnson.
Nice, bro.
I mean,
That beauty
absolutely.
spot, that hot spot on his face.
Getting
that hot
hotter.
spot.
It's a hot spot.
It's a hot spot, dude.
Hot spot.
Not
People
everyone
connect
gets
their
it.
Wi-Fi to it.
Yeah,
can.
dude, you can. You can tether off his fucking face.
People do. They're like, fucking hell. I don't have any internet. And he goes, use me.
Use
Use
me.
me.
Promo, not promo code. What's the fucking
Passcode.
password? Hot.
Yeah. Hot. Hotspot.
Yeah, hotspot.
Well, it's hotspot.
Heaps of bandwidth too. Never ever like, oh, there's too many people on, get
No,
off.
you got
No,
like,
no, dude. Well, they're actually thinking of connecting the entire. They're getting rid of the NBN, and I think everyone's just going to be connecting in Australia to his fucking hotspot in his face.
they just got the only thing you got to work on is the range. But like, if you get within,
Well, they're hoping for like 1,000 Ks of his face.
10,000 Ks.
10,000 Ks. Well, if it's going to be national, you want it to be able to work everywhere.
That's right.
In the most remote of regions.
That's right. Don't forget about the Australians out there in the outback.
Yeah, the remote communities of this great nation.
They reckon sell out Redcliffe first week due to the fact everyone's getting free internet.
Yes.
So they go down there, they say, we've got free Wi-Fi. You get there, you think it's actually routers, but it's Sean Johnson running around the middle of the
No,
field.
it's just Sean and fucking, it's just bang, download speeds fucking like you've never seen before.
Everyone's just watching Netflix whilst the Warriors play.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or they're watching SJ highlights.
Well, you're streaming off of his face. We know that.
That's what we do know. That's what we do know.
Now, we're getting into the real meat of Bloat FC, one of my favourite areas of the field when it comes to big, thick boys that are also hot. You don't usually find thick boys that are hot, but we've managed to sift through the nut truckers and find some real hot boys. Now, the first nominee for number 8 is Toby Rudolph.
Ooh, Toby.
He's charismatic. He has long, strong, thick hair. Really throwback to when men were men, but also has a bit of modern sensibility about him. Has a bit of pizzazz. Has a bit of, mystery about him.
There's
almost
some versatility to Mr. Rudolph in that he can have the wild, unkempt, romp in the hay-esque look about him with the hair out. But you can also see him look very slick, well-dressed, hair nice and tight. Basically, the fade, no sideburns look.
He's got a bit of Khal Drogo about him.
a lot of Khal Drogo. About
You
him.
know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, fight for my honour, please.
Yeah.
You ever seen Khal Drogo truck nut? I haven't, but I've seen Toby Rudolph.
I've seen
truck
Toby
nut.
Rudolph truck now.
I'd like to see Toby fight for my honour.
I would let Khal Drogo, aka Toby Rudolph, lead me into any battle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd follow him in a dainty little dress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I'd let him save me. I'd let him save
Walk
me.
me into the tent, as it were.
Yeah, walk me into the tent, kill my evil brother. Like,
Pour gold
Toby
in
will
his
do
head.
that for you.
Pour gold in his head.
Pour that hot steel on.
I believe it was gold. I believe it melted down
Was
gold.
it gold? I thought it was silver.
Look, you'd have to ask Toby.
Yeah.
You'd have to ask Toby.
So look, is he an extra on the Game of Thrones? I think he was, but Rudolph, hot bloke, nominated for the 8 position.
Jason Momoa of rugby league.
Now this next bloke, he's a pommy, but he has flown under the radar for years. But he is devilishly, classically good looking. This next bloke, Thomas Burgess. Big, thick boy, but has the you don't usually associate such a large gentleman with such, handsome features.
Well, he's bodied up to start with. A lot of, like, often when you get that large, you don't maintain the muscle mass and the definition as the smaller individuals do. But he looks like fucking Brock Lesnar.
He's a barrel with legs.
He's Brock Lesnar, but hot.
Yeah.
Do you think we can assume that Soft Tom measures up to Soft George?
I'd say that they are twins, Eddie. So you'd think
That's
that,
why I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
I'd say
think, is
you'd
that
have
safe to assume?
I think it's
It's one of the
safe to
safest
assume.
things you could possibly assume.
We know twins that are similar in, so I'd say
In dimension?
in dimension, in stature. So I would assume.
I tell you what, it'd be a travesty if they didn't.
Yeah.
That'd be one of the great heartbreaking.
Well, I don't think he would have found his way into the rugby league side that is the South Sydney Rabbitohs if he didn't measure up.
Yeah.
You just would have stayed at home,
Soft
wouldn't you?
George, as
Yeah,
you all
stay
know.
If you rolled over and you're like growing up with your brother and you're like, hang on,
Yeah.
what's going on here? I think you just stay in England and,
And look, for those of you that maybe aren't aware, the Soft George was the penis by which all other penises were measured before the Sheriff Adam Elliott came into town, where now Adam Elliott holds that mantle. You would assume that a Soft Tom, similar to Soft George, being that they're identical twins. I'd say what Tom has over George is that George, unfortunately, has had his nose broken, so that thing looks a little Cooper Cronk-ish, whereas Tom's still straight as an arrow. Keeps the modelling good looks.
That's right.
As well as the giant piece. James and the giant piece.
Okay. This next gentleman, he's young, he's hot, he's an absolute throbber. He's gone through one of the best systems in rugby league, if not the best system. He's got absolutely gorgeous lips. It's Tino Fa'asua Ma'alawi.
gorgeous lips.
Gorgeous lips.
Yeah.
Best in the game.
Well, hottest lips in town. The Brad Pitt of lips.
Oh, easily.
If Reece Walsh has got eyelashes, Tino's lips do not quit. Kissable. I'm not going to go any further, but they're very nice lips.
Well, look, I don't think many people are aware of this, and I don't know if Tino's talked about this publicly, but he is actually a lipstick model.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
just do tight shots.
They do just the tight, just the really tight in on the
Shave the beard off, and
Yeah,
then
on
like
the reds
he's on
and
the
the pinks
cover
and-
of like fucking whatever Maxim. Is that a
Yeah.
lipstick brand?
Gold Coast Corpies. He's on the Corpies.
Lip
They're Corpies.
Corpies.
Maybelline.
Maybe it's
yeah.
Maybelline. If you zoomed out on that photo, it's
Maybe
Tina.
she's born with it. Maybe it's
it's Tina.
Maybelline.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's Tino Faso or Malawi.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Tino Fullerman.
So
Look,
he's a,
I hope I'm not like, spilling the
yeah.
beans, bruh, but, it's true.
they did recently, all the bosses, the 70% voted that clubs are illegally using third-party deals. Tino just signed a 5 to 6 year deal. Do you think Big Lip has given him a...
Shit.
Look, again, I don't want to spill the beans and ruin trade secrets, but
The lip industrial
if you don't
complex?
think the Big Lip was involved,
in securing him for 5 years.
like Maybelline's,
Yeah.
your Max, your Et Al's.
Ed Al's. You're Ed Al's. Why do you think he's named captain? Big Lip's coming and gone. You make this guy. I think Big Lip actually part owner of the Titans.
Yeah. Look, they reckon it's as big as the military
lipstick.
Big Lipstick. Yeah.
military industrial complex.
Yeah, dude. It's
Big. Lipstick's a big thing.
Lipstick's huge, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
lipstick's huge.
lipstick, lippy, mate, lipstick's massive. Massive, deep pockets.
Deep pockets and tentacles that stretch far and wide, much further and much wider than anyone of us could be quite sure.
maybe
of.
the
Like
NRL
the
need
roots
to
of an oak tree, Tom.
Correct.
Maybe the NRL need to investigate the Corpies.
Big lips.
From Big Lipstick.
Big Lipstick.
Maybelline, obviously, huge fan of Tino Faso Malawi.
Correct.
And who knows? Who knows? It could be a career. Put it this way. We don't give a shit about breaching salary cap. So, Tino, when you come to us, we'll do whatever third-party deal you want.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Like, we don't give a shit.
No, we don't care.
Mate, we've got connections, really strong connections at Big Lipstick. So you'll be looked after. Know that.
Yeah.
Know that.
Know that you'll be looked after.
So, the bloke that wins the 8th position for BLOAT FC is... It's Big Tino.
Yes.
Big Tino. We've got Big Lipstick on the phone already for you, mate. Come on down. We'll get you the Corpies. We'll get you the third-party deals. As I said, we don't give a shit about the salary cap or any rules. We will break the
Fuck
rules.
the salary
at
cap.
Fuck the salary cap. Salary caps are for cowards.
That's our club motto.
Yeah.
It's on the badge.
It's on the
Fuck
Bloat
the
FC.
salary cap.
Bloat FC. Fuck the salary cap.
Brown paper bags in
Yeah.
brackets.
Yeah. Free
so-
lippy.
For all.
Free lip gloss for all.
Yep.
Remember when you were younger and like...
Lip smacker.
Yeah, like you go to like the blue light disco on that and like different girls have like all different...
The blue light disco.
Remember
As
Oh,
in like they
PCYC
turn the
kind of
lights off
stuff.
and it would be
Oh, okay. I don't know if I ever went to
blue
it.
lights.
No, that's sorry.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, used to be a disco on the Gold Coast called the Blue Light Disco. You know, like the PCYC dancers and that?
Bro, I actually have no
Oh,
idea.
okay, you aren't from the country.
I
like that.
I do know what you were. I don't think I was ever allowed to go to them.
Really?
No, really.
Bit of a loser.
I
And you'd
don't
all-
know anything about any of it.
It'd be basically, it's like underage, and you'd be like from 12 to maybe 14, and it'd be like a basketball court, but at night it'd be all dark and lights and that, and they would just play music and you'd,
yeah, well, I think we had
enjoy it.
one of those at school. Once. There was one in Barrel called the Barrel Bash. Never allowed to go though.
Do you
Or
go to the
it got
Cooter Cordial?
cancelled. Oh yeah, I went to the Cooter Cordial. That wasn't a blue light disco, was it?
No, but it doesn't
It's
need
a country
to be.
party.
But he's
Yeah.
talking about things that are held at like the Scouts halls and the PCYC.
Oh
and
right,
shit.
where they do like
This was just
nighttime
called
and
the
shit.
Blue Light Disco.
I gotcha.
And all the girls would have different lippies on and they'd be all getting dressed up.
Right.
And so I was just referring back to the
You're
different
referring back to
flavoured-
different flavors of.
I'd never
lip smacker.
tasted them, obviously. I waited till I got married. But,
Yes, yeah.
you know, I'm just talking about.
Shout out to the Cooter Cordial.
Shout out to the Cooter Cordial.
Shout out to the, what was it, the Bash? The
Barrel Bash.
Barrel Bash. Shout out to Barrel Bash. Hopefully that's still kicking along.
Oh, I think it was cancelled the year I was in there. I don't know. Maybe it's still going. I hope it is. Never got to go.
Yeah, the great Blue Light Disco. Now, on to number 9. Usually very hard to find a hot number 9 because fuck that. You're in the middle just getting bashed and you're not big.
Getting pounded.
But we found some hot blokes for number 9 role. The first nominee for number 9 is Blake Brayley. Great name. Devilishly, boyishly handsome. Got that blonde surfy look about him. Flies under the radar. Tough. He's the
Hotter
kind
than
of,
his brother. No disrespect to Jaden.
yeah, no disrespect. If you're hot, you're hot.
You're
you
hot,
can't
you're
help
hot.
it. You can't help it.
Blake hotter than Jaden.
You bring Blake to meet the parents, it's almost like a guaranteed, yes, please marry him.
Well, Not to mention the fact the man has about 6 Ys in his name, which in any Bloat FC player, that's the ideal amount of Ys. Anything less than that, like he's the only one with it in the, if we were to pick him. But the more Ys in your name, the hotter you are.
He meets the Y quota for us on the
100%. People ask why, and we go, why not?
Yeah. Why not?
And why not Blake in the side?
Yeah.
Why not?
Look, you take Blake home to meet mum and dad.
Why not?
Any day of the week.
Yeah. He's, again, something about Blake's arms got me going. Gives me butterflies.
It's his hair for me. It's his hair.
He's got good hair, but when I
Great hair.
see those arms, Denon, I have butterflies in my stomach. And I don't know if those butterflies are real. I've never known whether the butterflies actually exist inside of you or if that's just a bodily reaction, Eddie. Could you maybe...
I wonder where it came from.
Look, I mean, it's one of life's great mysteries. I think scientists, since the dawn of time, have been working on whether or not the butterfly does exist just for a moment
Inside
before, burning up in the acid. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Is there
It's hard
room
to
for a
know.
butterfly to fly around in your tum?
Oh, the tum's big.
Okay.
Think about this. You can go down to Macca's, you can have a large quarter pounder meal, 10 nuggets and a cheeseburger, and there's still room for dessert. There's a big stomach down there, mate.
So a
Don't get
butterfly could
twisted.
get into its work.
Mate, 3 or 4 butterflies, 5 or 6 butterflies, they can fly around for a moment.
While you're looking
More
at
than one moment.
Blake Brayley's arm.
What if
That's
it's
right.
moths and not butterflies? And we've
Could
been
be
wrong this
moths.
whole
You
time?
got moths in your stomach. Well, that's probably when you feel like you're about to throw up. I don't know if a moth gives me the little sort of giddy flutters.
Do you feel okay?
What's a
Why are
moth?
moths
Moths
so hated compared to
Well,
butterflies?
because they chew through clothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Moths are like
Clothed
the
moths.
ugly butterflies because butterflies are hot.
Yeah.
Well, butterflies trade on something that, always jazzes things up, and that's colour. I mean, moths are fucking black and white. They're black and white TVs.
Or they're
The
just like,
butterfly's
like a weird browny color. Like there's nothing really. I mean, the butterfly, you could almost argue the official animal of Bloat FC. It's just beautiful. It's flashy.
It's
It's
a fair call.
colorful. It's
Yep.
leery.
And you can sometimes, like when it comes out of its cocoon, like a hot guy doesn't realize he's hot, realize, oh shit, I'm actually
Oh,
hot.
dude, I'm actually really hot, and let me flutter around.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of hot boys on this list that haven't always been hot. Like
Yeah.
if you go back in time, they were once, ugly, hairy caterpillars.
Yeah.
And they went into a cocoon and came out the other side hot as fuck. That's what we're talking
There's
about.
nothing worse than a bloke that knows he's hot.
The bloat butterflies.
Yeah. You don't want to know you're hot. Blokes they're not allowed to know they're hot. They have to pretend they don't know.
Yeah.
You got to pretend you don't know.
Yeah,
Even though it's clear to all in sundry that most of them
If
know.
you're in the Bloat FC, it's hard to not know you're hot.
But you can't say that you're hot. Blokes saying they're hot is the most unhot thing you can do. Almost can take you out of the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at a guy like Cam Murray, for example, extremely hot, never says he's hot.
No, he doesn't say he's hot.
He knows he's hot, though.
He knows he's hot.
Oh, yeah. He knows
He's like
he's
an
hot.
X-Men.
If he doesn't, I'll fucking tell him. Now, next person nominated is, this is a fan favourite. I think this is one of your favourites too. Connor Watson.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow,
Big fan of Connor's.
wow. I feel like he's perpetually got a bead of sweat dripping down his chest.
Because he's always on the job.
Just always a little bit sweaty.
He's always on the job,
that's
bro.
true.
He's
He's
always
always
good
on the
to
job.
go.
Yeah.
Like he's got those necklaces on.
Yeah, he plays in a tight necklace with beads of
You
sweat.
know, he's got the head shade. He's got the eyebrows.
He always hangs up first on phone calls because he's like, I'm pretty busy.
Sorry,
Yeah.
dude. I'm not sure if this has actually been made public knowledge yet, but I know that Eddie and I have been in contact with the NRL about getting him clearance to play in a button-up shirt, so that we can just have it.
all the way open.
Yeah.
Or do you reckon starts the game with just the V?
I think you got to have it a little bit done up because
Yeah.
you don't want to give it all away.
No, you want to tease.
It's a tease.
Yeah.
We call it the tease.
Warm them up. Warm
the
them up.
tease jersey.
You got to warm an engine up.
Yep.
Gotta
So I
warm
don't know
it
where
up.
that's at, Eddie. Have we heard anything back from the NRL?
No, they haven't got back to us. But you need to warm him up. Oh,
Yeah.
baby. It's like a set of glow plugs on a cold day. He's got to sit there and warm him up.
It's exactly
And then
right.
it'll
Yeah.
turn over.
Yeah, turn him over.
Where are we? I don't know. Connor Watson, is he a set of glow plugs? Is he glow plugs to this side?
He's a
Probably up to
nine.
the viewer, the punter and the dribbler to decide.
Let us know in the comments section. Is Watson the glow clubs?
Glow plugs.
Is he a
Glow
bloke,
plugs.
glow plug?
Glow plugs.
I'm all over the place. I can't get it out. Is Connor a glow plug?
Yeah.
Do you remember them in Dills and Utes? You have to fucking put the glow plugs on and then.
Look, it's a great point you're making, Eddie. It's a great point.
It's a great point. It's a great simile or
argue.
metaphor.
Your call.
Simile.
Okay, great simile. Now this next bloke, when we talk about characters, when we talk about charisma, and also maybe a bit of work around the mouth
Veneers
that can take you into that next level.
Oh yeah,
Brandon Smith, the cheese.
Ooh, baby. We like the cheese at Hello Sport. You know that. Now, teeth that won't quit, literally, because they look like an art installation with the greatest. They're beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful.
But those teeth won't quit.
You'd seen them in Mona.
Yeah.
Museum of Old and New Art in Hobart.
Down in Tassie.
Obviously part of the New Art installations.
Yes. Get down there for Duck Mofo if you're looking for a nice holiday.
That's right. You will see the cheese's teeth
you will
on
see the cheese's
display
teeth.
this year. I don't know what time of year, but they'll be there
Oh,
on display.
look, Eddie, it's around May, June, I
I
believe. Duck
believe
Mofo.
it's in a dark part of the year,
Yes.
is
Well, it works.
historically in the Southern Hemisphere.
It's bitterly cold, so pack a jumper.
Bitterly cold, bitterly dark, but the teeth are going to be there on display. Go check them out. Brandon also, he just feels right.
He brings to me, Eddie, for me...
He's like the blue cheese on a fucking...
There's an everyman quality to Brandon as well, where it's like he doesn't have a six-pack that's going to make me insecure about my body when we're together.
Yeah.
It's like... But
he's not body shaming just by existing.
Yeah. And also, he's the bloke, you go out with your mates, and you can't, girls and blokes are just attracted to him when there's actually another hot guy there, but there's just something about him that draws them in. And you're always surprised.
He's a hot guy who's then made even hotter just by some sort of vibe he has.
Oh, his vibe's through the
His
roof.
vibe is something. He's in the team for his heat, obviously, but his vibe paired with heat equals... something you can't deny, really.
Equals the cheese.
It's undeniable.
Yeah.
Look, Tom and I, because, we're industrious, we've actually, those gigameters where you can test radiation?
Yeah.
We're in, the process of finalising our vibometer.
Yeah.
And he'd break that fucking
Well,
thing.
we're having really promising results early on. It is still in beta testing, but...
It is in beta testing.
But you don't say beta testing because you don't want betas.
Well, it's in alpha testing. You're absolutely right.
You're right.
Clinical trials proving encouraging.
Yeah. At picking up vibe, and Brandon, certainly someone we want to run our meter over, if you know what I mean. If you do know what I mean. I'm not sure if you do.
Obviously, the vibometer is patented.
Yeah. Yeah, don't.
Keep
Also,
your mitts
alpha
off it.
testing. Alpha testing is also patented.
Alpha testing also patented. Vibe testing also patented.
Now, the winner of the 9 roll is... Connor Watson, very hard to beat. He's back in Bondi. He's beautiful. He's the next level.
dude.
He's everything you want in a man. He's everything you want in a 9.
Yeah.
Very proud to have him as part of BLOAT FC. Now, the 10 roll. More nut truckers, but hot nut truckers. Hot nut truckers.
Hot nut.
So the first nominee,
Not usually hot.
first nominee for number 10 is, he plays for the Green Machine, had a fantastic start to the year. He is Joseph Tarpanet.
Yep.
Tarpanet. He's got one of the great smiles.
I feel like Tarpanet would defend me in a blue, And whilst we're talking about physical hotness, there's nothing hotter than being cared for.
Well, it's nice to be a bit of a damsel in distress from time to time.
Yeah. Oh, help.
Help me, Tarpanet. Help me.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
that
him
being a
coming over the
damsel-
top, being like, get away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being like, oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
I think it's underrated, damsel in distress.
Yeah.
I think you've all got to experience one time in your life to appreciate just being protected.
Yeah.
It's sexy.
There's nothing sexier than being protected.
Well, and being wanted, needed.
taken. But,
And people willing to put their bodies on the line for you.
you. And I mean, that's that's the feeling Tarpanet gives me is if I was a damsel in distress, he would save me.
Yeah. He'd prepare to sacrifice himself for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a part of Ricky Stewart's squad for quite a few years now. So he's had to protect himself from Ricky
Stewart.
Well, I heard he protected the boys from Ricky as well. When
yeah.
Ricky's really ripping and tearing, Tarpanet steps in and, saves the day.
Now, this next bloke, he is, self-confessed or self-aggrandized, or however you want to put it, an intelligent man. Apparently studied at Harvard, but there is rumours that...
Anthony Seibold?
Seems like a strange...
That's a weird fucking... What's he doing?
So apparently studied at Harvard, but there is rumours and speculations that he paid for that himself and he purchased the Harvard jumper. But he is a great bloke. One of the great blokes in rugby league. You boys know him. You're close friends to him. Obviously had him on your podcast. Absolute legend. And sometimes smart is hot. Christian Welsh.
Oh, yeah, he's a bit of a book smart,
Smart is hot. It's 2022.
Dude, absolutely. Brains are beautiful.
Brains are beautiful.
And he's a cutie.
He's a cutie, all right, but he's also a big, thick boy.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, the thickness and the size of it, is without question. But that he'd help you out. He'd help you do your resume. You know what I mean?
Oh, mate,
he'd
there's
help you
nothing-
word a sentence. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, does this make sense?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful, beautiful mind, and that makes him a beautiful person as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Sure, he'd help you write a beautiful cover letter that probably gets you the gig.
Probably gets you the job.
Listen, I know I've got to do my taxes and I'm a bit overwhelmed. He'd nip over, he'd do them for you.
Let me have a look. Have you tried running it through this program?
Yeah.
You zero.
He'd help your brother with their fucking uni assignments.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd help you pass your L's test.
He could probably dance as well, but not like in the club. It's like, oh yeah, I actually took ballet when I was a kid.
I wouldn't
Mum
be
made me do
surprised
ballet,
if
and
he
can
was
get in there and,
classically trained.
He's tap
Tom.
dancing and doing ballet with your little sister. You know what I mean?
Mate, if he's I know for a fact he's classically trained.
Yeah.
Without even knowing. I know that he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
He could salsa dance.
There's no way he couldn't salsa dance.
Imagine him in these tight black pants that get
that
looser
long
at the bottom
blonde
like
hair
they
going.
If you wanna
flare
talk
out.
about,
and he's got a hot red silk shirt on with the chest out.
Yeah. He's got Richard Gere hotness where it's like you're not Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
but you're like this suave. Yeah, I can dance. Maybe I can sing a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But again, I'm singing little ditties. I'm not singing fucking.
Yeah, you can put me in one of the great rom-coms of all time as well.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
Woman,
As
and
a
I'll play
kind of
role.
that kind of goofball but smart.
But still, it's like, oh, I didn't realize that the love of my life was right in front of me.
Yeah, okay.
He could play a fucking hot, smart, sexy billionaire any day of the week.
Yeah.
They reckon that he's going to be in the new Facebook movie reboot as
Oh,
Zuckerberg.
really?
Yeah, that's what they reckon.
As Zuckerberg.
As Zuckerberg.
See, I mean, I feel like Zuckerberg too much of a.
I would have had him as the money
evil
man.
villain.
No, see,
Eduardo
this
fucking Saverin.
is Zuck sponsored though. This is Zuck sponsored.
Oh,
so it's propaganda.
propagandist.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
sure.
right.
Sure, as in who Zuckerberg sees himself as.
Yes.
Yeah. He's trying to get people in the metaverse.
He's also a skipper of the Storm. Now, I know that, power's hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, power is hot.
Power's hot.
yeah.
So, when I see a man with power, I'm attracted to it.
There's a reason
Or a
that
woman.
people say that, people like to suck at the power teeth.
Yes. Dude, if he's breastfeeding power to me,
Yeah.
I'm suckling on those.
Do you reckon
teeth.
Munsters suckle on the power teat of Welsh?
I reckon there's a big line that goes around the block
around the corner?
for people
But
line
we're
up to
mates,
suck on that
so we
teat.
cut the line and we get up there and have a little bit
He
of
just gets his teat out.
Well, he gets the left one out for us. Everyone else got the right.
exclusively for Hello Sport is the power teat at the left.
And sometimes when you're you're never struggling for content. I don't want to insult you, but when you just need a bit of
Careful.
up and go.
Oh,
you
an up and
suckle
go?
on- you'll suckle the teat.
Well, that's just more about suckling at the power teat. It's not so much for content. We don't film us suckling at his teat. It's a sacred sort of moment.
No,
we share.
I more mean it gives you a bit of energy to create the quality content that you do.
Yeah, it's like an up and go.
Oh, yes. Okay, so it's an up and go.
Shout out to Sanitarium.
So his tits are up and goes. 2 up and goes on his chest.
Well, listen,
Well,
again, we're airing other people's laundry here, but if you're wondering, Christian Welsh is
a quick suck on his teat is like
Is an up
2
and
wheat
go.
bix and milk.
yeah. No added sugar.
Oh, I wonder how they get that. You know, the up and go poppers, and they do say that. And it's
Yeah.
like, how does that go into each other?
Well, they blend it up and then put it in.
That's
Pretty
it's
obvious.
pretty straightforward, bro.
Sorry,
Ever heard
my
of a
bad.
blender?
My bad.
Whoa.
Now this next bloke, look, his moustache got him there. It is one of the great moustaches in rugby league. Regan Campbell-Gillard.
Yep. Well, so is the moustache nominated or is Regan?
The
Regan's
moustache.
moustache.
Is it Regan's
They're a
moustache?
package. They're a package deal.
Oh, they're a package deal. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're almost getting two for the price of one here. Look, I think Regan's unfortunate that he's been named after Christian Welsh there, because I personally am now just thinking of power teats. But Regan,
Power runners.
Regan can get into his work. He's a big, strong boy. Nose ring,
Double-barreled last name.
double-barreled last name.
Nose ring in
Has a
2022.
nose ring.
He's playing,
big play.
He's playing a
Moustache.
Campbell into a Gillard.
Yep.
I mean, is he any relation to
Julia.
I don't know.
Madam Prime
There's a lot of
Minister.
power. There's a lot of power there. You do like power?
There is, but
There was.
There was.
She'd
No
have connections
power.
still.
No-
You don't reckon Julia's connected
And
up?
are we going Regan's teat? Is that like channeling? Is that former power channeling through him? I'm not sure. Listen, Regan probably happy just to be nominated at this point.
I think so. I think Regan's pretty happy to get
He's
it.
hot, but I think he's just
I don't think Regan expects to walk away with the big
with the gong.
No, I don't think so. I think he's a little shocked he's
with
in
the greatest
side.
respect. Yeah.
With the greatest respect, obviously. I mean, if you get nominated, that's all respect.
That's
So much respect to Regan, but I think we can all acknowledge that the moustache, you know.
He's doing a lot of heavy
Yeah. I didn't want to say it. I knew Tom would finish me.
Finish you off?
Finish you off. We know it. Yeah. Well,
I knew as well.
the shoe
Now,
fits.
the winner of the 10 position for Bloat FC is... the great Tarpanen.
Yeah.
The protector Tarpanen.
Save me.
Now, this next position was highly contested. A lot of hot boys in the edge back rows. A lot of hot boys. The first nomination for number 11 is Angus Crichton. A jaw that just, when we talked about diamond tip jaws with Cleary, I would argue Crichton may even have a stronger jawline.
But Crichton's is, and I'm sure that many of the viewers are aware of the 1980s, I believe, maybe early 1990s film Predator.
Oh.
Now, he doesn't look like the Predator, but he does have that Predator sort of like jaw that comes in, you know,
Yeah.
and flattens out nice. Or American Dad.
Yeah.
He looks like the dad in American Dad.
Well, he's got a pure jaw.
He's got a pure jaw, a Jaws jaw.
He's got a Jaws jaw. He's got a jaw that wins jaw awards.
Other
the Easter
jaws
show.
look to that and say
You know
that's a
what I
jaw.
mean?
He wins
Like
awards
at
at
the
Easter
Easter,
show.
at the Easter show, he wins Jaws jaw.
Yeah.
I
They have
mean, the jaw voted
biggest
by other
pumpkin,
jaws.
Fucking
you know.
biggest jaw.
Exactly. He wins all the jaw-based awards at the.
You know those
Easter
clowns' jaws that come out when you throw the ball in?
Yeah, exactly.
They use Crichton still
Yeah,
for
well,
that.
they modelled those off his face.
That's right. AC, he's big and he's thick and he's true. He's got country sensibilities, which is a big tick
you want
for
to talk
me.
about country sensibilities.
I'd like to say that I like the shaved head approach.
Yeah.
I think he means business. I think that last year with the top knot, I'd probably have him out.
Wow.
Yes.
You don't think
Look,
that their long
I
hair
probably
played?
would. No, I probably would. The top knot was 10
too
years
much.
ago.
Yeah.
It was too
Ooh,
long.
wow.
You're hanging on for dear life, and it sent the wrong message. I think now with the short hair, okay.
Here we go. This guy'd kill a. This guy, like, if there was a snake in the backyard in the country, he'd kill it.
Mate, I wouldn't be
100%.
surprised. Like, let's say you went on safari and something went wrong and a lion comes at you. He'd go toe to toe and he'd win.
Yeah, with the king of the jungle.
He
He could kill the king of a jungle with his bare hands. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Like he could.
He goes around to people's houses, couples, and kills insects for the man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you got a spider above the fucking living room door? All right, I'll go kill it. Or, you know what? I'll save it. I'll
Yeah.
put a glass over it. I'll slide
Country
a bit
bloke.
of
He's
paper
a
under
country
there.
bloke.
And I'm going to let it go. He'll kill a snake, though, in the backyard. If there's a King Brown
Yeah.
on the back porch, fucking watch out.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
And
he's-
he won't even use a shovel. He just bang his chin
Just
on it.
headbutt it. Bang. You can also carry a king bed. Fucking.
Which is like no living man can carry a king-size mattress
And I'm
by
not
himself.
just talking about the mattress. I'm talking about the ensemble as well.
Yeah, everything. The base as well.
At once.
He's never done two
Mattress
trips.
and base, king.
Well,
not
he
a problem.
puts it on his back because his back is broader than a king-size bed.
It is.
True.
They model king-size beds off of his
You can get
back.
a whole family onto the back of him.
Yeah.
Onto the back of his back.
Yeah.
He's never done two grocery trips. That's for sure. Never done two
No.
grocery trips.
Well, he sometimes will hang a bag in his teeth.
Off his chin.
Off his chin.
I think
So-
he's a fucking, geez, you know, he'll be hard to beat.
He's a hot boy.
He's strong, dude.
So
He must
strong.
be made of something different.
Yes,
'Cause
I
he's
believe
just-
so.
He's from the country.
Country strong.
Country strong.
You wouldn't get it.
Now, talk about strong, this next bloke. One of the great rigs. One of the great rigs, one of the blokes that in off-season seems to get rigged up. You know, during the season, you're playing, you get injured, you get a few nigglies. Very hard to rig up during season. This bloke, off-season, probably all-time rigger up in off-season. Ryan Madison.
RM.
Yep.
No Williams.
No Williams. We're not talking about the boots. He's big, dude. He's got, and I know I'm harping on about arms today. Seems like an arms
You're
day
an arms
for me.
man? Are you an arms man?
What's an arms day?
It's an arms day.
Okay.
It's
So,
an
you know,
arms day.
It's curls.
It's curls, it's tries, it's bars, it's dips, it's fucking,
It's dips. It's pulls.
Yeah, it's all that.
It's chins.
It's supersets.
It's fucking.
It's your world. That's the world you live in.
Yeah.
It's bench.
It's bench. It's upper body. It's fucking.
Dumbbells.
It's veins. It's veins in the
It's
arms.
veins. It's a vein day.
And like, and
vein
the thing
day.
is as well with a bicep vein. Some people just think about just the cut and dry vein from top to tail, but like you can get a circle vein in a bicep sometimes. It'll really throw you off and get the fucking blood pumping. I think Ryan's veins, when you see him pumped,
Some of the best in the biz. Best in the biz.
best in the biz.
Well, when he's got a pump on, there's no one that's better. And
It's like it's Schwarzenegger-esque.
yeah, you're like, ooh, hang on.
Is that Arnie? Oh no, it's Ryan.
Is that Arnie over there? Oh wait, it's
It's
Ryan.
RM, not Williams.
It's RM, not Williams. It's RM dropped the Williams.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Madison.
Okay.
Hates the Tigers, so that's a plus.
That's a massive plus. And
That's all allegedly. All alleged.
He's
I
a
don't think
veiny
he does.
guy.
He
He's a
actually
veiny
seems.
guy.
He doesn't seem like a bloke that would hate someone. I don't think.
Well, not
Well.
publicly. He's class.
privately, it's a different story. But he's a veiny guy and not vain.
Yeah, vascular.
Vascular veins,
Vascular.
not love yourself vein.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't.
RM, not
I
Williams.
can understand how that can get confusing.
Yeah.
Okay. The next bloke is one of my favourites. When we talk about the next generation, this guy comes to mind. Jordan Ricky.
Ooh.
Hot as they come. Earned his licence to thrust early this year.
Hasn't, but he is hot.
Showing real promise though.
Yeah, no, he is. He's definitely showing promise and thrusting, maybe not too far off. Still a couple of hurdles to clear before the license to be granted. But in terms of heat, in terms of raw, hot heat, that motherfucker is a walk-up start in my book. Body beyond belief. He's got a smile that won't quit, a big toothy grin.
In a good way too.
Oh, shit, yeah, Denon. He's a handsome man.
He's got a bit of Ricky Martin about him as well.
Dude, Jordan Ricky Martin.
Don't you
Jordan
reckon?
Ricky Martin.
Don't you reckon?
I
there's a bit
reckon.
Oh, yeah,
Ricky
live in La
Martin?
Vida Loca.
Yeah,
dude.
he's
got a
And
lot
Ricky
of
can
luck about
thrust.
him.
If Jordan gets to the license to thrust, then we're off to the races.
He's a Ricky Martin of rugby league.
Yep.
Yeah, he'd be big in South America. Jordan Ricky.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was a
Big
soccer
deal.
player over there.
Mate,
Game
fucking, signed, sealed, delivered. Game over.
Now-
Jordan Ricky.
The winner of this 11 spot is... the great Jordan Ricky.
Oh,
the great
yeah.
Jordan Ricky.
Jordan Ricky Martin.
Pretty Ricky.
Jordan
Ricky
Ricky
Martin.
Martin.
Jordan
Yes,
Ricky
yes,
Martin.
Yes.
Now, number 12, first nominee is Colin Matugging from the Rabbitohs.
Yeah. Ooh, scary.
Got a mullet, a lot of aggression about him. He's on the edge there. He's big, he's thick, he's strong. And I just think he's got that thing about him. You don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it, but there's something about him.
I'd say not classically handsome, but handsome and intangibly handsome.
Intangible, absolutely. And
He's got bad boy about him.
He's got some
that's
bad
what I
boy
mean.
about
He's a
him,
lot
yeah.
of
I
bad
like
boy
that.
about him. Yeah,
I
a
like
lot of
that.
bad boy about him. This next bloke is very underrated. A lot of people don't know this, but his eyes, people get lost in them all the time. All the time. Very humble, very respectful. The next bloke is Britton Nakora.
Dude, there's actually, funnily enough, you said there's like 6 missing persons reports for the area of Britain's eyes. So like on the milk cartons and shit, it's like last seen fucking
Shire.
around Britain's eyes.
Yeah.
And there's like 7 to 12 people I think that have just
They're
lost
the Bermuda Triangle
lost.
of
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
Lost in the eyes.
Lost in the eyes.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane to think about. I didn't think it was possible.
A lot of MIOs.
Dude, Like, you think, like, if someone tells you, like, there's people lost in this guy's eyes, you're like, that doesn't make sense. You're like, well, have you seen his fucking eyes?
Yeah,
Then you see him and you're like,
whoa, I almost got lost myself.
Yeah.
And then you start asking questions. How many people are lost in there?
How many do we not know about?
And we can't look.
Conservative estimates at 30, 40, 50 people.
They're saying that if you were to approach him, you need to be strapped or tethered to something that's within this ethereal plane, because otherwise you get lost in those eyes. No one's actually even worked out how to extract a missing person.
Well, you
from
can't
eyes.
look, because if you look, you get lost.
It's kind of like Jumanji, you get sucked into the game.
Well, it's like you just like you're a light particle getting sucked into a black hole.
Exactly. The event horizon,
That's
they
it.
wonder whether
The
that
hot
is
horizon.
his two eyes.
And what happens beyond that, we don't know.
We're not sure. We don't even know if your body can maintain its physical form.
Not necessarily, Tom. I mean, maybe your spirit can, though.
Yes.
Your soul, if it is a thing.
Well, there's an argument to be made that heaven exists within Britain's eyes.
Heaven is a place on earth. There.
That's why that saying exists.
There you
There
go.
it is.
It's all coming together now, isn't it? It's all coming together.
Now, speaking of eyes, this next bloke took the world by storm last year. Took the world by storm. He's up at Manly. He's not only is he a fantastic footy player, but he has done something no footy player has done before. It is Josh Schuster. Played without being able to see. The fact that we just talked about people getting lost in his eyes, and then Schuster is unable to see.
Well, he's lost his eyes.
It's almost poetic.
Yep.
Plays off vibe only.
Vibe alone. And what's crazy as well is that whilst those eyes largely useless, they also are beautiful. If you cop
they're beautiful.
If you cop a sticky beak at fucking Mr. Schuster's eyes, they are gorgeous. Now
Well, he looked at himself in the mirror. That's why he
as
can't see anymore.
useless as tits on a bull, those things, but beautiful eyes they are. Now, sure, Britain's cool and all, but can he play blind?
Can he throw blind?
Can he throw blind?
Can he win blind?
Can he fucking see vibe like Neo sees ones and zeros, or like Daredevil, one of the least impressive movies of all time, can just like see raindrops through sound?
And hotness sometimes is pure vibe. You can't you don't know what it is. You can't put a finger on it. It's just a vibe that you feel. And he is vibe man.
He's a vibe, bruh, and, big, thick. You're picking him at 12, or at least he's in the running, but I mean, he could be a 6. You know
He
what
can
I mean?
play all over the park.
This is a hot boy of some versatile substance.
You can play all over the park. Play all over the park and do a job.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want.
And you think, like, is this guy just wandering around the field? Because, I mean, I know he can't see. It's like, no, dude, he's just vibe. He knows where he needs to be. Pops up where he needs to be.
Bounce the ball kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He knows where he is, mate.
So the lucky player that has won the number 12 jersey for 2022 is Britton Nakora. Britton Nakora.
Robbery.
Now Schuster, he's impressive.
Robbery.
But I'm sorry. If you have
feels like it was blindest.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't realise that this was a fucking elitist team.
If you have 30 to 40 people lost in your eyes, I think you should win.
Look, I mean, that means something. That's why we crapped on about it for 10 minutes. But, Josh Schuster,
Bit of inclusivity wouldn't hurt.
Mr. Vibe, man.
Mr. Vibe.
Now, this next position.
MR Vibe.
This next position, number 13, the lock position. First selection or nominee for this is Curran from the Warriors. Now, when he's with his headgear on, may not stand out. Takes it off, though. Beautiful mane. Got a bit about him. Flying under the radar at the moment. But talk about having a breakout season on and off the field. The great Curran.
Definitely a radar, under the radar operator is Mr. Curran.
Flies low.
Flies very low, undetectable, stealth bomber style.
They model the stealth more off him.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
After
anyway.
Mr. Curran.
Yeah.
I could believe that. Look, I like to see him get the mane out a bit more. Maybe lose the headgear this year.
Yeah. We all know headgears only really stop cuts, and scars make you hotter. So, maybe the headgear pointless and makes it hard for me to see how hot he is.
It makes it hard to see how hot he is.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
He's paper bagged himself.
He has. Take the paper bag off, you know what I mean? You're no prawn.
Well, maybe he just needs his confidence.
He no prawn though. You know what I mean?
No prawn.
You
That's what I'd
ain't no
say.
prawn.
You ain't
dude.
no prawn.
Take the paper bag off.
Take it off, mate.
Curran, prawn.
Let
bro.
yourself leave.
Yeah, you ain't no prawn.
You ain't no prawn.
So Calamari Curran is basically
That's it.
a nominee. Now this next bloke, sometimes being hot is more. There's more to it than just the way you look. You can just be a fucking great bloke, and that can make you hot. So this next nominee is the one, Jake Trbojevic.
Are you fucking saying that he's not hot?
No, I
That's
never
like
said that. I just said he's a great bloke.
You said that you don't have to be hot to be hot.
No, I said,
You're like, it's all personality. I'm like, well, what about the fact that this guy's just raw Balkan sexuality? Like, what are we... The guy's a fucking descendant from tomato farmers. His body is fucking to die for. He's got one of the strongest noggins in town, and he'll snap you in half at a moment's notice before helping you up, probably fusing your spine back together and then sending you on your way. You're talking about personality. What a fucking disgrace. He's gorgeous. That's
He's gorgeous.
upset me.
He's
That's
absolutely
upset me off the
gorgeous. Well,
jump.
I understand why it has, Tom. I understand why it has. Again, the son with a descendant of a tomato farmer, which is a massive tick. I mean, if you're not going to have a descendant of a tomato farmer on the side, then why fucking bother with the side at all?
What's the point?
What's the point of putting it together? Pack it up, we'll go home. Fucking turn the lights off, we'll go.
Yeah.
I don't need to be here. You know what I mean? I don't need to be here if you're not going to have a tomato farmer in the fucking side.
What's the fucking
How are
point?
you going to farm tomatoes?
Yeah, where are the tomatoes coming from? Answer
Hey?
me that.
Well, you want to put a pasture on ant? You can't.
Can't. Oh, what, you're going to have, what, a Boscaiola? Fuck
Yeah.
you.
What, you want a cheese and tomato toasted sandwich? You can't.
Can't do it.
Oh, you want a pizza? You can't.
You want a nice, fresh fucking Greek salad?
You can't. You want to have a tomato juice? You can't. Bloody Mary? You can't. Look, the list goes on and on and on.
And you're talking about fucking personality.
No. I mean, it makes me sick. Makes me sick. Not to mention he's one of the nicest guys of all time.
Personality, great.
I did mention that though.
Yeah, you did, but that's like, I mean...
Yeah, but I don't think you accentuated it enough.
No.
That motherfucker's been helping grandmas cross the road since the dawn of time.
I think he has the all-time.
No one's crossed more grannies than him. No
he's
one.
all-time. That is all-time,
He's got the
actually.
Guinness World Record for crossing grannies.
granny's crossed.
How many grannies you crossed, bruh?
And grannies would ring up the Guinness World Book of Records and go,
Dude, grannies...
I'd like to report.
He's had his cheeks pinched by more grannies than any man in human history, and they go, thanks, you're a good boy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just picks them up. He's like, I don't have time for this shit. I got another granny I need to help.
I've seen him fucking 7 or 8 grannies over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
just crossing the road back and
Like
forth.
when you see those like scooters in Thailand with like an entire fucking family on there. It's like, that's Jake just with grannies on his
Or
shoulders.
like 70 chickens.
Yeah. It's just Jake carrying grannies
That's it.
across the road.
Across the road. Well, the
Except-
chicken crossed the road because he was on Jake's back.
Yeah.
That's
On
right.
top of the grannies.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Now, this next nominee is one of the all-timers. He's an absolutely beautiful man. He's a good bloke. He's a captain. He is everything that bloke represents. It's Cameron Murray.
How many grannies he carried?
How many tomatoes he picked?
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. Look, fucking hot guy.
He's hot.
He's hot as fuck.
Don't get me wrong. He's pin-up boy. He's pin-up boy. You know, have him on your calendar. The 12 months of...
You could surf his
You know.
hair. You get tubed up there.
One of the great
Yeah.
hair, like
You
the
know?
hair, it just doesn't quit on him.
No, I'd like to see him shave it though. I'd like to see him go real like, because he's got great hair, but
Bad
I'd like
boy,
to see
but
like a
cute.
bad boy heel turn where it's just like I'm shaving my head and, you know, he starts
You reckon
wearing
Murray
a leather
goes
jacket.
heel? You reckon he goes heel?
Well, I'd like to see him play around with it a little bit more
Yeah.
like David Beckham did.
Exactly.
You
Beckham
know?
went
Okay.
mohawks, he went shaves, he went blonde.
He went long, he
this,
went
that.
tips, he went frosted, he went
Yeah.
unfrosted. I mean, he shaved it off, he shaved it back on. He, you know,
Shaved it back off.
he was everywhere, but he was anywhere, and he was nowhere.
He was
And,
nowhere
like,
all at the same time.
and
He was
that's what-
omnipotent. He was there, he wasn't.
He was, and I like that, and I think that sure, Cam, you I can set your watch to you, mate, but like,
Listen,
you know,
imagine if
I'm getting, I don't want to say I'm getting bored, but
Well,
like,
if Brad
it's getting
Pitt-
a little predictable.
if Brad Pitt played Achilles in every single movie, I'd get sick of Brad Pitt. And all
Yeah,
I'm
you go,
saying
oh,
is
you play-
Sacrilege. I'd never
Cam
get
Murray's
sick.
really hot, right? He's really hot, but I'd like to see a
No.
heel turn. I'd like to see maybe like
I'd
Hollywood
never
Hulk
get
Hogan.
sick.
You know what I mean? I want him to go Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He was Hulkamania. Let's go Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Put a fucking leather jacket on.
No one's
and-
getting sick of Brad Pitt and Troy. I'm sorry. That's
No one's getting
nonsense.
sick of Brad Pitt and Troy. But if Troy is released
every year.
every
You
year,
can't get sick of that. That's the pinnacle of hotness, in my opinion.
If,
Doesn't
if,
get much
if,
hotter.
if we sat down to watch Troy 37, I think you'd go, all right.
Brad, I need you in Fight Club. Imagine if you never saw Brad in Fight Club. Imagine Cam Murray having a Fight Club.
Now, all we're saying is Cam's hot as fuck, but Cam in the year 2022 now needs to start thinking long and hard about maybe
Brand Cam.
brand can and tossing things up.
If he was to do a calendar, are we just going to have 12 months of Achilles, or are we going to have Cam in, you know, Fight Club? Cam with bruises on him, Cam shaved head, Cam with long hair, Cam with a pony,
Cam frosted.
Cam frosted.
unfrosted.
Yeah.
Cam
Unshaved
brown.
and shaved.
shaved, unshaved, reshaved, Cam waxed,
Brown hair, black hair.
pubes, no pubes.
Shave your
No
hair back
hair.
on.
Yeah, shave your hair back on. Like, which obviously you don't know what that looks
Cam
like.
needs a bad boy face. Cam needs a bad boy phase.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Okay.
Just a little bit of advice from a couple of fucking,
so what we're talking here,
Analysts.
what we're talking here is the usual phase that young Hollywood singers go through. They come through sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
Then they turn sexy, a la Miley Cyrus. Sweet and innocent, went sexy, went crazy. So you're asking, you think Cam Murray needs to have that turn of sexiness?
Dude, he needs a sexy phase.
No one gave a fuck about Cody Simpson until we saw him with that swimmer's bod. And then we go, oh, hang on.
Damn. Wow.
Hang on. I'm just going to pull over.
Justin Bieber got sleeve tats, dude. Everyone has to fucking mix it up.
So you reckon Murray in a sleeve tat, maybe?
I mean, listen,
Justin Timberlake went
get
from curly little frosted fucking
2-minute noodle hair.
He went
The
from
chick from
Maggie
Ozark.
noodles.
Looked like the chick from Ozark.
He went all Maggie. He went fucking.
He did look like
he
the
went
chick
double
from Ozark.
denim, and now he's come out the other side. And you're like, yeah.
Double denim was a bold play, and it's lasted the test of time.
But then
too.
he's come out, and then he was bringing sexy back, and then he was the actor, you know, like wearing glasses and being the sensitive fucking actor type who's like arty, and then now he's probably just more like establishment.
You know, there's a lot of
proving
fans
himself.
that are off Justin Timberlake for the way he treated Britney Spears.
Yeah, I've heard that. I guess
A lot of
it's
anti-Justin Timberlake.
retroactively cancelling someone for a fucking time in a culture that fostered him doing that.
I also
Kinda
think he was
fair.
with her for like 3 months.
He did make a pretty
He
much
was
an
with her
album
for like
about
a blink of an eye, but you know.
Okay, so you land in Team Timberlake, not Team
Well, he wasn't with her
Spears.
for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, listen, I just think that he was like fucking probably 22 and said some dumb shit, which I think we've all done.
I don't think we get bogged down on
No.
JT. Fucking turn your anger to the old man. You know, if you want to hate someone,
Yeah, hate
Britney's dad
Who
and
said-
mum.
and mum, the
And sister.
family
Sister
who
right
fucking
now is
exploited
fucking
that poor
crazy.
person. And then
Anyway,
locked her up. Cam Murray needs to turn heel.
Britney Spears aside. So the lucky man that has won the 13 jumper for BLOAT FC 2022 is Cam Murray. Cam Murray, what a decision. And he's also the captain. He was the captain last year. He's a captain this year. He won BLOAT, Mr. Arousing for 2021. He won it for 2022.
Are we done here?
Absolutely.
Are we done? Is this thing wrapped? Is this wrapped up?
So Cam Murray, 13, well deserved, mate. You're also the captain. Now on to a very important role, the 14 jumper. Now the 14, he obviously the utility, and sometimes you need a guy to be able to have different looks. And I think this next bloke, he can have different looks. He's a rookie. He's trying in different positions to pin down a spot for his side. He's Xavier Savage from the Canberra Raiders, has been nominated. You know, sometimes being fast as fuck makes you hot.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
Doesn't hurt.
But the only thing I'd say about Xavier is, has he been spliced directly with lightning like Stubby Cooler or Jason Saab? I don't think he has. He's maybe just like a light storm, whereas, you know, real lightning exists on the peninsula, that's all I'll say.
Okay.
I'm obviously still bitter about Jake missing out to good boy Cam Murray.
Look, it was tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we've
Yeah.
got to move on.
I know
So
you
let's
have
go.
to
Gotta move on. Gotta move
Xavier
on.
Savage, yeah, okay, sure. I mean,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
He's hot.
he's hot. He's hot. But you need a bit more versatility potentially
Okay.
out of a utility role.
I haven't felt anything tingle. Let's just put it that way.
Look, if
Okay.
you're going to put the 1-4 in the back,
I
the
need to
utility
tingle.
role,
Yeah.
then I should feel a tingle.
You've got to have oomph and you've got to make me tingle.
Okay. Okay. Now this next bloke. This is might be a bit left field, but have you ever seen a bloke sprinting down a beach in DTs? Because that's hot. To me, that's hot.
In what?
In DTs, dick togs.
Oh, dick tog. Do you mean budgie smoke, like dick stickers?
BS's.
Well, okay. That's
I've never heard dick togs.
banana
Budgie
hammocks.
smugglers.
Have you heard dick togs before?
I've heard togs,
Togs,
not dick togs.
not dick togs.
Matt, have you heard dick togs before?
Get your togs.
Wow,
He
must be a
didn't say-
Queensland
Mate, he
thing.
didn't say it out loud, but he shook his head.
He said no. Dick togs, banana hammocks.
Banana hammocks, I have heard. I haven't
Bathers.
seen. I haven't seen a man sprinting
heard
down the
bathers.
beach. You have a
Bathers.
bathers. You bathe. in them.
Well, I think we just
Budgie smugglers.
Budgie
smugglers.
smugglers.
Speedos.
Speedos.
Any other ones?
That's probably
Maybe,
it.
probably.
That's probably it.
None coming to mind.
No, but
Okay.
the question being, have we seen anyone sprinting down the beach in them?
Yes.
None that come immediately to mind.
Now,
And I feel
is
like
it
my
not
life's
hot
poor
though when
for
you
it.
see blokes sprinting down the beach in their budgie smugglers?
Well, it's
What, to
it's-
save a life? Sure.
Yeah, it's the male Baywatch, right? Obviously, we saw Pam Anderson getting to her work in the 90s, but a man, with some heat in the smugglers bouncing down a beach, certainly not something I'd turn away from.
So this
it's
next
hard to
bloke,
unsee.
this next bloke nominated is the great Cook, Damien Cook. He's fast.
That
Yes,
sort
it's
of
left
beach
field,
sprint.
but it's nothing hotter than seeing a bloke absolutely sprinting down the beach
In slow-mo.
in slow-mo. Absolutely.
the goatee?
4K.
He knocked the goatee off for the off-season, and then I'm assuming he's brought it back because I think everyone was like, this doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't think...
Life's tough enough at the
I
moment.
can't in good conscience, as a very highly paid, very well-respected bloat analyst, sit here and be comfortable with the fact that the side doesn't have a goatee in it.
If I'm picking Damien Cook, it is Cook with goatee, and that he needs
That's
to
it.
know that.
It's contract. He's obligated contractually.
know-
Well,
needs
it'd be
to
in the
know that.
contract. He'd be bound by law to either keep the goatee or regrow it.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's at from a goatee perspective.
Well, he doesn't take the field until the goatee's back if selected in the side.
Well, he won't make the New South Wales side without
No.
a goatee, Tom.
Fittler would ring it up, say, have you got your goatee, mate? All right, you're in.
You're in.
If you don't think Fittler has been badgering him all fucking off-season going, bruh, you will not get picked without a goatee, I swear to God.
Or we're gluing one on your face.
Mate, you can glue them on. We'll nip down the party store. We'll buy one of them and we'll fucking glue it to your face.
But it's going to be like some super adhesive shit. It's not going to come off for a very long time.
No, it'll be like wood glue.
Yes. We'll glue it to your face if you don't grow it back.
So this next nominee, he's been nominated before, missed out by a whisker, Papenhuisen. At 14.
The double nom.
The double
Double
nom,
nommed, double
filling
nommed.
out the jeans with the bum chin.
Yep.
I mean, that's quite the prospect.
So
Quite the prospect.
look.
I mean, what do you say that wasn't said already?
We've already said
We've
enough
said it. We've said it. I will say again, I think there needs to be a goatee in the side. There, I said it.
Yeah. The side lacking a goatee at this point. Now, could another one of the members grow one? Sure, wouldn't.
Well, I
feel
think
right.
Papenhuisen has rocked a bit of facial hair in the past.
He's got a beard. He definitely has a beard. You can see that 5 o'clock shadow come through.
I think he's even got a moustache and a little bit
I
of something on
don't
the chin.
want to see
Yeah, he's had a
him.
mo.
I don't want to see him growing a goatee over the arse on his face, though. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he's got
Bum hair.
Yeah,
He's
bum
got a
hair's
model
not-
bum on his face.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to hide that necessarily. So
don't
it
know if
makes it
that'd help.
tough because
Yeah.
I'm like, I want a goatee, but I don't know if you could grow the goatee because then I can't see the model bum. I don't know. It's tough.
Okay,
It's a real
so
tough one.
the winner of the 14 jersey is Ryan Papenhuisen.
There you
Wins
go.
a 14
Sure.
goal.
Okay, well, we're going to have to
Sure.
work something out goatee related. I don't
We're
know.
going
if-
to have to sit down with the side and see who's going to, prepare to
gonna-
put the head up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Now.
could Connor Watson grow one? Probably could.
This next position, another bench role, hugely important role. The first nomination is Jack Johns, the famous Johns name.
Wow.
Putting a Johns in.
Well, you got to put. Should you not have a Johns in the side?
You probably should have a Johns on the side, yeah.
Certainly in contention.
You probably should have a Johns on the
And
side.
he's got a bit about him. Jack Johns got a bit about him.
Good, a good name.
Well, it does have a good name. Almost
Strong
Jack
name.
Johnson.
Well, he's playing a Jack into a John, so.
JJ.
you know.
Two first names, you can't go wrong with that.
Remember JJ's?
Just
Great.
James.
Well, I was talking about JJ's, the snack.
I do
The
remember
lunchbox
that.
snack.
Yeah,
JJ's
what were they?
fucking elite.
What
dude.
were they?
They were like a rice cracker, sort of like they were sort of.
I do remember it.
They were
but I
like
can't
that
remember what
big,
they were.
maybe with like a hole. I can't remember. But did they have a blue guy? It was
I
like
don't
a
know.
blue
There's
monster on
also
the front.
Just Juice, that's another JJ of some
Just
note.
Juice.
Do you remember Just Juices, those poppers?
Yeah, Just Juice, and then you'd finish and blow them up and pop
Bang.
them. Boom.
Yeah, one
Now
of the
look,
all-time.
yeah, there's a lot of JJ's, the clothing store.
Just Jeans. is what
No, there was a
JJ is.
JJ.
I think it was a JJ's
Oh,
as well.
really? So that wasn't Just Jeans.
And had
Just
all
Jeans
like,
was Just Jeans. They did Just Jeans, and then JJ's did like cool.
Was it like orange or something? Like the store was
Yeah,
like
blue and
Yeah,
orange
that rings a
sign. I
bell.
think
Yeah.
there was a JJ's kicking about, and if you shopped at JJ's, you were all right.
You're a cool dude.
you
A
got
cool
the
chap.
fast market Dubbo South.
Okay. Now, this next bloke, an absolute mongrel through and through. When we talk about Aussie larrikin, this guy comes to mind, Victor Radley. Ooh. Number 15. Snaps blokes, snaps hearts.
Yep. Big, thick Vic.
Big.
Looking thick this off-season too. Very big.
You need someone. You need an inflictor in your side.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's a presence. He's a larrikin.
Yeah.
He likes to have fun. He likes to let his hair down. If you're going to take him out on the town, you know you're going to have a good time. You know, like you'd be comfortable introducing him to your mates, and everyone fucking vibing immediately.
You guarantee he'll take the night. Like he'll launch.
You know what kind of bloke he is? He's the. So you start dating a new chick and you meet her ex-boyfriend and you think you're going to hate him. Before you know it, you're on the beers with him and he's your best mate.
Yep.
Your best mate with him is his ex.
Yeah, that's right. And
That's the kind of bloke he is.
it's perfect. And then you're talking about the stars till 5:30 in the morning, and then
Laying on a trampoline
You
or
know,
something
you
in
might
the
get a
backyard.
call going, "Where the fuck are you?" Going with your ex. Piss off. He's that sort of guy.
Yep.
So this next bloke, he's a real knockabout bloke. His nickname down at the Melbourne Storm was Chaos, which is scary to think. Dale Finucane. Not classically good looking. Not classically
Looks
good
a bit
looking.
like Shrek in human form, and that's no disrespect, but that comparison's been made time and time again. Shrek, a great film.
One of the all-time
Shrek,
great
a
films.
great film. Shout out to the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man, yeah.
Shout out to the Muffin Man.
who lives on Drury Lane.
Is that an all-time cameo, Muffin
Went
Man?
the big lift.
So, surely supporting actress, that's all-time. Or actor, sorry.
Yeah, the Muffin Man. Terrific.
Stole the show.
The Gingerbread Man as well. He was world class. Now Finucane, I can't help but feel like this is probably the most interesting nomination we've had to date.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he isn't rugged. I'm not saying that he
I
isn't a
think you're
great
saying
bloke.
he is rugged. I think that's probably what.
But there's something hot about a
He's
rugged
not
bloke.
rugged.
He's not rugged.
Is what I was saying.
Yeah, he's
But,
certainly rugged.
You know, is he classically good looking?
I wouldn't say classically. I wouldn't say that.
But you know he's gonna
is,
get the job done.
You know, a Mozart. Sort of.
Well, so you're putting him in the side because he can do a job?
I'm putting him in the side because...
What is this side?
What do you want? What do you want in your partner?
I want a hot motherfucker.
Strong, true and pure.
And hot.
And that's what Finucane offers. He offers strong, true and pure. He's going to get the job done. You know you're always safe with him. He's going to provide for you. He's going to be a true,
He's
strong
all those
partner.
things. He is all those things, but this is the bloke side, best
Yeah.
looking of all time, and I don't think he meets the
I
criteria.
think you've lost your way a little bit up there.
Oh,
Coach.
I think that you guys just think good looking is just about the physical form,
Yes.
not about the spiritual.
That's
That
why
is-
it's good looking.
Yeah, looks. That's what you brought
Beauty
us
is in the eye of
for.
the beholder, boys.
You've brought us in here as
Beauty in
expert
the eye of the
analysis, as
beholder.
highly paid, as Eddie said, and
Extraordinarily paid.
Extraordinarily paid, ridiculous sums of money. Great packet.
I think that there's a lot of Aussie women that would love a true Aussie bloke like Finucane.
Well,
I think you guys are
that's why you're not an expert.
bit unfair.
Look, we've got to call it how we see it.
Love Dale. No, it's not against Dale. And you know
this-
what?
is
Sounds
this-
like you
he's a
hate
great,
Dale.
He's a great
No
Dale.
way. This is an anti-Dale. Dale's
like
our
that.
fucking best bud. Dale gets it.
We love a Dale.
Dale would. Dale, I don't think Dale would feel right getting nominated.
No, I think Dale
I think
would
he'd
go,
feel
listen,
very right getting
He
nominated.
can sing.
Can
Is this
sing
best
also.
singers?
Boom.
Is this fucking?
You brought up singing with Tall.
Is this the voice?
Yeah, but has paired singing into.
But what's
a
that got to do with
fucking
looks?
Great, because it's paired. It's about things that complement each other.
This is paired with rugged and strong and true.
But the looks aren't.
Sometimes being strong attracts
The
people.
whole Shrek thing.
But the whole like.
So the winner of the 15 jersey is the great Victor Radley. The great Victor Radley.
There we go.
Why didn't you
Sanity
pick Dale?
prevails.
There we go.
Sanity prevails.
Yeah, he was overridden there by the fucking head honchos of the club.
Now, this next role on the bench, need a lot of impact. The first nominee is got the smoothest legs in all the land. I think he has baby oil on them 24/7. Never wears his socks up. His boots look like they're from the 1980s. It's Tyson Frizzell.
Yep, I can get around Tyson. That's for sure. I can get all the way around Tyson.
Do you reckon Tyson's had his legs laser hair removal?
Yeah, it's a great question.
natural.
Or does he wax? Or does he shave?
Or Veet Moose.
Do you think he's a Veet Moose sort of operator?
I like to think that he's a laser guy because he's an efficient rugby league player who just doesn't want to, it's like just get rid of the hair. I don't
So
know.
you spent a match on lazy, you reckon?
Well, I don't think he wants to
Origin.
I don't think he wants to keep moosing up.
No.
I mean, moose is basically akin to shaving,
Yeah,
and
but
you got to
like,
moose up.
essentially whatever the chemicals are on, it's just melting hair off your body, which
mean,
no
you
one's
m-
super comfortable
That's
with.
right. You got to. I mean, you can over moose. Know that
You don't want rashes.
You can over moose. You can get rashes. I think laser's straight, easy, to the point, and, you know, it'll keep you bald forever, which is clearly the look he's going for.
Yeah.
I think you need smoothness in a side. I think smoothness goes a long way. Smooth as a Granny Smith apple. He'll do a job.
Yeah. And snap you in half at the same time.
Oh, yeah. And
He'll hit you
steamroll
and
you.
go, damn, that's smooth.
Just got smoothly snapped.
Yeah.
Now, this next bloke, classical bad boy look. Can see him in the movie playing a bad boy. Tariq Sims.
Tariq.
Tariq Sims. Great tats, wide shoulders,
Really
great
good
physique.
tats.
And I just thought he had to be at least nominated in the side.
No, I don't mind that. I don't mind
Tariq. 3 skulls on the chest, I believe. Those are really, that's what gets me over the line.
For 3 lives taken, or?
Well, yes, so exactly. For the souls he's taken on the field. Can snap motherfuckers through one of the great passes in Origin. Now, that's not a looks-based thing, but if, again, as we said, Denon, you pair that with looks.
Well, look, if he's trying to
goes a long
fucking
way.
smuggle Finucane into the side, then surely we can bring up Tariq's pass to
Yeah, I
fucking
think so.
arguably win Origin.
Yeah.
You know, that's got to get mentioned, surely. He'll do a job when you ask him to.
Yeah, he will.
And
Absolutely. I know that this is not what we're here for, but I thought that the Broncos said that, the Dragons said they didn't want him.
Yeah, they did.
And now he's still there.
Well, they're not going to re-sign him.
Oh, so he was always going to be there for this year.
Yeah, he's got a contract. They just said him really early. Basically, no matter what, we're not re-signing him.
And he could have fucked off this year if he'd wanted to?
I think if he found a contract that was equal to what he was on, he could have bounced. But this next nominee, he's been nominated before. It's Toby Rudolph. We've said what we need to say about the great Rudolph, so we'll just get to this.
Jason Momoa of rugby league.
The winner of the 16 jersey for BLOAT FC 2022 is Toby Rudolph.
Well done.
Gets the job done. Now on to the 17th jersey. The first nominee for this is Corey Horsburgh.
Oh,
Sometimes you need red in your side.
We don't have a ranger.
We don't have red. You got to have red in your
Red's
side.
beautiful, dude.
He's angry. He's aggressive.
No, but he's hot.
you need a red.
He's hot.
So he's hot.
So
He
there's
is
that.
hot.
Then you need a red.
Dude, he's a hot motherfucker in both the temperature of his hair and, you know, his general disposition, but also I find him quite attractive. He's emotional. You like someone who's got emotional
He's in touch, yeah, absolutely.
He's in touch with his sensitive side. I
Yeah.
like that. He's prepared to cry.
Yeah.
You know, he's prepared to let his emotions hang out. He's prepared to fight for honour.
Yeah.
And for love.
Yeah.
To fight for what's right, which
His
moves
old
my
boy
boat a
rocks
little.
up to his games. I like seeing his old man's obviously like anyone would be.
Well, he's from a
fucking
strong
massive son of his
family, like that.
massive fan of his son. But his old boy rocks up to all the games in like a pineapple Raiders coloured shirt. So it's like, you know, he's a family guy as well. Family values, traditional, no sex before marriage probably. Unless we're involved, then maybe he will. I think he's a walk-up start to the side personally.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, this next nominee is from the Penrith Panthers. I think he's still there. Scotty Sorensen.
Scotty Sorensen.
Scotty
bit of a
Sorensen
smoky.
Big smoky.
Yeah,
Big smoky, very good looking bloke.
Huge
Just
smoky.
he hasn't played as much footy as we would have hoped.
Photo of him, fame.
I might have run an eye over him earlier. He's pretty attractive.
He's rigged up.
Is he rigged up?
He's rigged up.
Six-pack city.
He's six-pack city. So
but he's not red.
he's not red.
So
So this next bloke nominated for the 17 role is Paddy Carrigan from the Brisbane Broncos. Let's go, baby. One of the great young forwards coming through. Will most likely play Origin over the next few years. Good, long, slick back hair.
He's gone the top knot of
Handsome.
late. I saw it in the trials and it wigged me out. That was my only. He is hot. I don't deny that. But he's. I find the top knot is you know, we say like you don't want a hot boy to talk about how hot they are. I feel like the top knot is a real like putting up a hot boy flag. Like, look at me, I'm hot.
it's peacocking for a hot boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, look at me.
Yeah.
Maybe he just has long hair and he wants to tie it up.
It ain't that long, bro.
It's not that long.
It's not that long. It's not
Okay.
that
There's a
long.
difference between a bun and a top knot.
And a top knot.
You can put your hair in a bun, but a top knot, not a bun.
But
I
listen.
still think we need. This is 17th position. We
need a red
We need a
man.
red. We need a rare.
No, it's unfortunately, as the coach, I'll make the selection. The winner of the 17th jersey is... Paddy Carrigan wins 17. Absolutely fantastic player. Welcome aboard, son.
Can't help but feel like that was a bloody bit of a Broncos leg up there. You know what I mean?
Was there any other Broncos players in the side?
Jordan Riki.
Oh,
Jordan Riki,
yeah, but I mean, fuck, he wants to squeeze another one in.
Yeah, he is. That's just...
Now, we actually have an 18th and 19th man in the squad
Jesus Christ.
that we're looking at.
Should we pick a fucking top 30?
18th man is... Joseph Suwali, congratulations, son.
There we go. Not to be mistaken for Joey Manu.
No, but could also play him in a biopic.
Yes, he could, if they wanted to. If Joey didn't play himself. Because Joey could do it.
Maybe they are setting it up and Suwali will play Joseph in a biopic.
I'd be happy to do that. I'd be happy to
oversee it.
Well, yeah, oversee it.
I mean, of course,
Direct it.
of course. It was your idea.
Direct it even. Oh, look, I don't know if I got the directing chops, but I'll certainly make
I'll
sure.
direct.
It's
You'll do
direct, I'll produce
cinematography.
it. Yeah, okay, great.
And we have a 19th man for the first time ever in Bloke
Concussion
FC's
sub.
history. It is Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Yes.
Oh, I like it.
I'm there for that.
He'll do a job.
He will do a job.
Will.
And
Yeah, he'll give concussions.
he'll give concussions. And
The concussion sub gives concussions.
Absolutely. And also, like, if you've got a team of hot boys, they're going to be jealous people. And you need a guy like Bam Bam to fucking
Come
sort
in
them
and
out.
sort them out.
Sort them out.
Flog a few.
No, that's a good point. And they'll need protection.
They'll need protection.
I think that's inspired.
Very inspired. So that is the Bloat FC for 2022 squad named. Congratulations to all the players. Congratulations to Eduardo and Thomas and Eduardo for your first year as Bloat FC coaches. Have you got anything that you would like to let the people know?
Look, just really happy to be a part of such an important squad. It's an important time for rugby league, and I don't think that hot people generally get enough recognition in the world. And so it's nice that we're doing our bit for hot people.
Well, and often maligned people,
Yeah.
hot people.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to shed a light on,
plight of
on
the
their
hottie.
struggle, on the plight of the hot.
Agreed.
And that's what this side's all about.
Agreed.
Giving them a leg up.
Yeah.
Giving the oppressed a go.
Yeah.
Make sure to be down at Dee Why Hotel, 6:30 Thursday night. Myself and Hello Sport will be there for our first ever live show together. Grab a case of Bloke in a bar. Go to the merch shop, bloke.shop. Grab some Bloke merch. Also, Manly 13 Plus jumpers will be at the live show. So come down and grab them and we'll go fuck ourselves. Thank you.